I'm just saying, like, from working with what I have or what I had, I was just like.
Dealing with the master, this we always got to keep in mind.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Are you guys ready up there? Okay, just give me a second. All right. All right, quiet on the set.
Hold on, let me get my intro, and then I'm gonna let you talk to the people. Hold up. Ow! Peace and blessings of the Most High, the balance, omniverses, multiverses, tri-verses, dual-verses, and universes be upon you all, an air shot and eye shot of the God. It's your friendly neighborhood Pharaoh Rise and Chef C's Dwamu Tefamun, and welcome to another episode of Revision Radio, where we seek and analyze and break down right knowledge, right wisdom, right understanding, right thinking, right reasoning, and right action. You know what I'm saying? From the third eye point of view. What's happening to y'all family? Right back, Muisar. You know what I'm saying? Gabat Wu Ashuk. And welcome back. Yo, right, real fast. We're gonna let the brother. I got my brother Jasaru is on deck. He calling from the Sijin. So Jasaru, speak to the people, give him a quick route back, talk to the people, let them know what the Woos about is about. Go ahead, God. They listening.
Family, this brother Jasaru Shikari calling from the belly of the beast. I just want y'all to stay tuned, stay focused, overstand, and recognize that the factology is what you need inside your life. And right knowledge is the only thing that's gonna save you. You know, so you don't need spookism, you don't need sensationalism. You gotta learn how to distinguish between claims and substantiated facts. And that's what the brother gonna share with y'all, you know what I'm saying, on this beautiful podcast and stuff. And I just want y'all to just continue to keep your third eye open, stay focused. You know what I'm saying? And I give my love to everybody out there that's listening, that's going to be calling in and participating. One love to the whole Sabian family.
Yeah, God. Yeah, I'm here. You talking to the family, man. The last video we did got like 6,000 views. So just let you know that the peoples is coming. Raul Bat, Ninth Power, Raul Bat, Coach and Pool. So we had, listen, this is a recap from, this is the aftermath from that cliffhanger I left y'all on. Because we had the Grand Sheik TARIK Day up here, and we had him with the Emperor KHUFU. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, we gonna go over that to see where we stand at with that, y'all. You already know, man. So before we start, I'm gonna start with the before we start, you with me? See, you rolling with me, God. I'm listening to you. We're gonna kick it on. We live. We're gonna kick it until you go off, and then I'm going right into the show.
Right. I'm so excited, man. I'm trying to get into the topic right now. I'm trying to wait for you to go ahead and spit, man.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go. Listen, what's today? What's today's date? November what?
Is it the 11th or the 10th? It's the 11th.
It's the 11th.
November 11th.
All right. Yeah, it's the 11th. I got you. So today, November 11th, we got the message for the daily word from Maku, Chief Thunderbird Black Eagle, and the Nuwapian calendar word for the day for November 11th. Baba says, it takes a great person to say I'm sorry, and a greater one not to add a but to it. So it takes a great person to say I'm sorry, and a greater one not to add but to the apology. So that's just letting us know to have some humility. You know what I'm saying? Show love, because remember,
this call is from a federal prison.
Ashuk is the word of the day. It's about Ashuk, unconditional divine love, and Ashuk comes from the realm of the soul. See, and that's why Ashuk will help get us out of this situation, because it's not based on how you feel, which is dealing with the spirit, dealing with your person, or I, self, Lord and Master, Islam. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So we ain't trying to do, so that's the spirit, and the spirit keep you caught up in the spell. And we got to get past that. So we got to go to the ashuk, go to the core, to the soul, you know, and go from there. Now, this is another reading. I start off every show with a reading from my KHUFU, a daily word, and then another one from the Revolutionary Daily Thoughts. So this is another book called Revolutionary Daily Thoughts, and it's also dated. So it's a different word of power, paragraph, affirmation, you know, for every day. So today, November 11th, and the word of power, and we're gonna read. This reading is from Asada Shakur. It says, "It is our duty to fight. It is our duty to win. We must love each other and protect each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains." She said, "The nature of one people's relationship with other people is a critical determining factor in how they organize themselves relative to others. The difficulty or ease with which that relationship evolves over the centuries tells them how to realistically deal with these others and how to practically organize themselves in preparation for these dealings. For African people, there is no more pressing evidence of our relationship with other people than they're warring against us. The war against our motherland is fueled and orchestrated from outside. The destruction of our diasporic communities has been the work of these same aliens, regardless of where the conflict is most intense or visible, or who the initiators are. It remains obvious that we as a people are at war for our very existence. There is a common effort among the world's established and aspiring powers to subjugate and commit genocide against African people. Our bodies, minds, spirits, and other natural resources are of great strategic value to the various combatants who are contending for dominance in the unfolding new world disorder. Affirm, it is my duty to win. The goddess Asada Shakur is on point. It's our duty to win. What I would add on to that, hold up, I'm burning these sage. They smoking me out. This is our sage and Santos. If you go to naturalnatureherbs.com, matter of fact, being I'm saying that, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all share, make sure y'all subscribe. We need those likes. Let's keep them likes up, y'all. We got like 8,000, we got like 6,000 views on the last video, and we got like 100 likes. Come on now, family. Let's get involved. Help the God get involved. And let's get some more subscriptions up too, because again, we got like 6,000 views. I only got 850 subscribers. What's up? So now look, you know, I don't get no bread from none of this, okay? Let's keep it funky. I got to have at least 1,000 subscribers before even the Mukasu start to monetize and give me some kickbacks. So this is all my time, dedicating my time in the midst of juggling. You know, I do my music, you know, pharaohrising.com, cosmicshop.com is where we do the t-shirts. We also got some of the Nubia apparel there. And then naturalnature.com, naturalnatureherbs.com is where we do the herbs, the sea moss and all that stuff. And like right there, this is our sage and santo incense. So it's Palo Santo and sage, which I need to get because, matter of fact, as soon as I move these sticks somewhere, because it's too smoky where I'm at, we're going to talk about that blood moon that's coming up on the 19th. Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about that. Because we're going to have to clean up around us, clean our aura, fast, purge everything that's going on around us, and get ready for this blood moon. Because you know every time that blood moon hit, here come that on. You know what I'm saying? Every time that blood moon hit, there's disagreeable stuff going on. Hold up. So yeah, guys, make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, do a purchase. Natural Nature Herbs, Cosmic Shop. I appreciate everybody that have done purchases. Everybody, look, I got receipts right here for everybody. Got packages going out. You know what I'm saying? Just know that with the Cosmic Shop, with the shirts, check this out. Y'all gotta give me some time, because you know what? We don't say it on the advertisements, but really, if you read it, we're custom making the shirts. So we give you the shirt of your choice as far as design and color. And I make, you know what I'm saying, my wife and we make the shirts as we go. So as we get an order, we actually create the shirt right then. Like we make the shirts. So, you know, work with us. you know, give us some time, give us some respite. And if you don't want to buy nothing, that's all, we appreciate it. You can always give a free will offering. Cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, $1. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can always show some love, give above $5. You know what I'm saying? I take $5. Yo, let me get $5. Let me borrow $5 so I get on the train, hit you back. Got an interview on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? When I get back from the interview, when I get my job, my first check, I hit you back with the $5. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So anyway, who else? Who in the room? Who in the room? What's up, family? How y'all been? Listen, brothers came to the spot. They pressed me today. My family. Nah. Yo, everybody pressed me, man. Uteti. Shout out to Uteti and the brother and the brother Yasif. They slipped by the spot today, pressed me. They was like, yeah, we wanted to see if you were still around. I was like, what's that about? Why you want to see if I'm still around? Said, because you doing a lot of stuff, brother. I was like, damn. Okay, we got more people in the room. All right, Kamos, Raul back, beloved. What's going on, God? Irvin, I'll be seeing you over there with the Alexander L switching up on me, harassing Emperor KHUFU. Stop acting up. Raul back, what up, Irvin? Raul back, so back, KHUFU 999, KHUFU, Raul back, Miss Infinity, Raul back, goddess. What's happening with you? Yeah, I was on y'all London call the other day too. You know, I'm on it. I don't care where it's going down, wherever it's going down there. You can't block me. Peace. What up, God? Yeah. Aslam Mahdi, Raul Bat family. Appreciate you, Raul Bat. Kifi Reyatun, Silos, Raul Bat, Elder. What's going on? Oh, you got beats for me, God? You see my email, man. Farrell, I'm gonna write it down, farrellriser.com. You see you could throw you know, we could build, you know what I'm saying? I got some stuff about to drop. You know, I just been so busy, God. I ain't gonna lie. You see, I still ain't break these videos down. So what do y'all know about that blood moon? Let's talk about that. Or let's build up to that. Let's talk about hold up. Let's start this up properly. Yeah, we're gonna talk to it. I don't want to get to the heavy stuff just yet. Because I've been gone since that last bill. I've been gone. Y'all seen that? Did y'all see that last bill with the God with KHUFU and Taj? Sheesh. Well, tonight's so back we're gonna cover. We got to talk about this thing with I ain't gonna lie, we gotta talk about how prevalent this witchcraft and Celtic science, you know, is in society. You see what's going on, what just happened with that Travis Scott concert, right? And how Travis Scott concert was made up, as they call it, like Journey to Astroworld. Astroworld is like going to another dimension. It looked like he has a black hole, like the hydrogen collider, hadron collider, and the whole nine. And his yo, it's crazy. They had like 7 people died at the joint. And it's set up like a ritual where you see like his face. You see his face. And the people are walking into the event through his mouth is similar, damn near identical to the image of Molech and the sacrificing of the souls and bodies to the deity of Molech, you know, so who's a disagreeable demonic entity that was worshipped during the time of the Israelites and Babylonian times. So yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like what we seeing, and I just seen another 8 people died, 600 people injured. Yeah, that's this ridiculous, bro. This is the type round back, God. Yeah, this is the type of stuff, man, that's going on right now. You know, so yeah, we definitely want to get involved, man. We gotta save our children because, bro, that's what they're going for. If we look at the dress code of these children now, it's identical to the dress code and the image that Baba gave us years ago of the 200 Fallen, the punk rockers. That image, that's the punk rockers. That's exactly what Baba said. When the Nephilims come down, they tatted faced up. tatted body, pierced up, crazy hair, like the punk rock hairstyles, like everything that they're doing now, which let us know that this is what's happening. So Baba said with the Hadron Collider, what happened is it opened up the gateway. It opened up the gateway to where it's like Ghostbusters. So the disagreeables are coming non-stop to the planet. We got to be on point 24/7. We know what's going on. They manifesting, but still they don't know. A lot of them don't know who they are and what they are. But they're about to come into terms with that. And they're about to start, you know, before the invasion with the Kobads, the Crafts, before that invasion that shut the planet down, there was a bunch of situations where the cannibals, they was having a bunch of situations where people was biting on people's faces, people was jumping on people, eating them, all kinds of crazy stuff. So we got to be on point. This is the world we living in now, y'all. And our people, you know, the music, you seen that? We go to about Kanye. You seen Kanye, what he was talking about? He talked about the 808, how the 808 kick, he was on Drink Champs, talking about how the 808 kick, that bass, is there to activate and control the lower chakra, the lower sacral chakra. He said, so he understood everything that's happening. So y'all look at Kanye, you know, listen, I still don't agree with 99% of this shit he do. He still got niggas rocking the Hunger Games outfits, selling it for like $3,000 a pop. He had them air empanadas that he put on. He was the air empanadas that he made in the 3D printer that he's selling to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Them shoes, them new Yays, them air empanadas. But I understand when he's trying to find his way out. And remember, I don't know if a lot of us forget, one of the updates, Baba broke down them Kardashians. He said that I was calling them witches. All right. So I was calling them witches. But Baba said that the Kardashians are a family of vampires. And he even said that what's the basketball player that one of them was with? He said that nigga's a Lycan. Talk about that. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. Do you there? I don't see you. Hold up. Let me see what's up.
Hello, back. Yeah, I'm here, God.
All right. Yeah. I couldn't hear, couldn't see none of that. All right, you on live right now, God. Yeah,
I
man.
see,
So
I see.
we talking about
Hello, back. What's up?
Yeah. Travis Scott was with one of the Kardashians also. So you got to think about that. Baba said niggas are vampires, and that's a coven of vampires. I was calling them witches. If y'all go back, I still didn't upload it to our channel yet. But if you go on the Revision Radio Facebook page, and I got a Revision Radio Facebook page. If you go to the Facebook page, you have an old video I did called White Women in Witchcraft. And me and my wife got busy just before she retired. She got busy on that video before she retired with her the graphic designs, being my videographer, coordinator, graphic. She killed that joint. Y'all go back to see that. Y'all gonna be like, oh, yo, you was running around with the same team? Yup. My team was on point. So you see that. And also inside the same video, got I forgot the old Makasu lady that broke down English and the spell casting science of English. Oh my goodness. White Women in Witchcraft. Go check that out. We're gonna upload it to the channel soon. But yeah, I told you I got a bunch of stuff I was doing throughout the years. Anyway, so Travis Scott is with one of the Kardashians too. So Kanye was trying to get away from that and get away from the record label. So think about the church and all that he did. They can't tax him on the church. He signed as Kanye the artist. He not signed as the church. The same reason why the Locks wasn't going as the Locks for years, because they were still signed to Puffy under the Locks. So they would just do their own independent stuff and all of them would be on it. You know what I'm saying? That's the loopholes to get around those contracts. So
actual fact. Yeah. And you know, keep in mind, you know, he changed his name just to Ye now.
Yeah, because he's going through the Prince phase.
It's a strategic move now.
Absolutely.
Because everything that he plans on doing going forward and that he's creating, it'll be done under Ye, as opposed to being done under Kanye, because The overstanding is we know by contract Kanye is tied into those other entities that's been eating off them.
That's a
The
fact.
bloodsuckers. That goes back into the bloodsuckers of the poor, right? Dealing with the 10% and how the 10% has set the system up, right? And they use those, and we just say those of a dump down mentality, right? Those who are still under the spell, they use them. What we used to say back in the days, we say as slaves and also tools to make themselves rich off their labor, right? While doing that, shielding them from their dirty religion. And religion in this regard is their filthy, dirty practices that they've been using, right? Which brought us here today and what we deal with these contracts. You know, one of the things that you do see, I can say for the youth today, that they're more conscious of these things and taking control over their, you know, their property or what we may say their art.
Oh, talking about as far as the bread, they gonna control it, they gonna get that money.
Right, because we in that day and time where the record labels know that they're becoming obsolete anyway. But what we're seeing is, you know, the great creativity that's being, you know, manifested in relation to the cycle that we're coming into now, dealing with the sun cycle, right?
Yeah.
So we see this great creativity. These kids are intelligent. They're very intelligent, very smart.
Yep.
But they lacking the guidance. They lacking the proper guidance coming through by way of, you know, sound right reason being spread throughout the world, which is what we strive to do. So when we see cases like what's the kid name? Who you were just building on?
Travis Scott.
Right, Travis Scott. And we see that many of our youth they have been taken in by these forces and being used, right? Because we got to remember there's walk-ins. So now you got these youth who are misguided. They're wide open. They have no knowledge of themselves, right? We have these forces, these energies coming through. I just heard you mentioning about the blood moon that's coming about, the sacrifices that's going to be happening, right?
We gonna go into that. We got to get these prayers. Y'all better get these prayers up. And it's gonna be the longest blood moon in like 1,000 years.
Indeed. So I mean, listen, we gotta have that psychic self-defense. We gotta be in tune. We gotta call on the thought.
Going to that. We got it on the we got videos of tools to use for psychic self-defense.
Psychic self-defense. This is a must. We have to start practicing this on a daily basis. As we all know, we being attacked from all angles.
We don't think it's real though. That's what I'm saying. We even while we talking about it, we be forgetting that this is what they doing 24/7.
True indeed. Well, bro, because they've mastered the science of polarity though, God. And see, this is the problem for us. Not understanding the science of polarity, right? Not understanding the science of laws of magnetic, right? Not understanding like how things, the polarity, how the energy moves. Opposites attract. So while they got our minds or they got us focusing our energies externally or outwardly, we always constantly outward projecting ourselves, our thoughts. Our energy is constantly being sent out, right? And what this does is it keeps us open. We would call that a positive polarity. So now we have to reverse that polarity. We have to bring ourselves back into a negative polarity, not negative in a sense where, you know, in bad, as they would say, but negative in being able to reverse the current in the flow of energy that you're receiving, right? Because we're constantly transmitting as opposed to receiving. Being able to tune in and open ourselves up through chant. This is what we have to do. Chanting is the best times for this. This is why we chant at certain times of the day. This is why we meditate at other times of the day. This is why we fast at other times of the day.
We should try to, like, we have our 3 chants that we do 3 times a day, 4 if you up at 3 a.m. But at the same time, if you are inspired and you have certain things that come to your mind's eye, you can write your own chant, your own affirmation in your language or even in English. You can write your own. You have the language, you have the experience, put it together and protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Brother Chris Medina, when we saying the invasion and the Kobaks, what I was saying was bad because the word COVID that they use, COVID is a mispronunciation in the Yiddish, the Jewish word. You know what I'm saying? When they say COVID, in the Yiddish, they changed the B's to V. So they said they went from COVID or COVID to COVID. And if you go into the etymology of the word, if you go into the concordance for what a COVID is or COVID, it's a craft. It's ships. COVIDs are ships. So every time you hear the word COVID, little do we know, we literally are saying ship, craft, ship, craft. And we're saying invasion because that craft or ship came down here in 2020 and shut the planet down. And they've been saying it right in our face, but we haven't been seeing it because they haven't given us the detail. Because so we looking at it as a quote unquote virus, but it's really it's panspermia to a certain extent, which is basically when a biological entity is on, say, a meteorite or asteroid and come down to the planet, and then it starts a chain reaction to terraform.
Well, we could look at it in its basic terms and how they look at it. They call it pathogens, right?
Absolutely.
So what is a pathogen? How does pathogens travel? Pathogens travel by way of the air. And they attach themselves to something. They invade other environments. It's a pathogen. It's a COVID. It's a COVID.
And they come back to it's specifically going back to the Indian Ocean where it landed, where they have it recorded where there was a triangular or pyramidal craft over the Indian Ocean, and they literally shot something into the water. Right now, this is on the heels of the Indians, the Javadu, doing ceremonies and rituals. They sacrifice the body in front of the statue and where the Hadron Collider is at, right? The statue of Shiva to open a portal. And then they literally on a platform in front of the portal, and they did the dance of destruction of Shiva, calling Shiva into this dimension. And then the craft popped up, and then the COVID popped up, and then 2020 was on pause. So the master has explained to us and updated that this is a targeted virus. The mark that what we religiously have been learning as the mark of the beast was dealing with the mark of the DNA and RNA, right? Dealing with the Mukasu or the Amorites or the Albion or the Caucasians mark.
Right, the SHEIK mark,
DNA, which is going back into the negative blood types or the RH negative. So all those negative blood types are like when you have negative blood types in African or Moorish or indigenous people, what you're getting is people that were forced, the ending of forced miscegenation.
Miscegenation, we call that time in the vine.
That's right. And that was the whole objective of the kidnapping that created this whole American melting pot. They was trying to force their DNA onto us so that we now will be penalized like they're penalized. Because now the universe, an embodiment of Shiva, God of destruction, is here.
Well,
go ahead now.
Indeed, and with that,
before I get a strike.
The master teacher, nah. But what the master teacher said in regards to that also was that by them time in the vine, this was their way of buying themselves more time.
Absolutely.
Because we deal with space, matter, and time. So how have they been able to continuously manipulate the frequencies and keeping things in this destructive order, in this order of chaos? They've been able to do that by tying in the vine of us.
And really utilizing our magic to increase their time and control, because we don't want to use it.
On us.
We train to use it only in entertainment.
What the master teacher said, it was an opportunity, right? There was a space, it was an opportunity, and it wasn't being occupied. So there's wars that's been waged in order to occupy that space. But that space here again, it goes back into the blood right, to the DNA right, to the genetic right. In this genetic right or this genetic time, because we have to start viewing time from our genetics. This is why the master teachers put us back on the right time.
We still, right? I'm creating a poster right now for the right time.
Right, so indeed, because that time is the time that's in tune with our genes.
Yes.
With our genetics. That's the time we on.
Yes.
This is a genetic doctrine. So now they have been willingly, or we have been willingly keeping ourselves out of that space that needs to be occupied. right? Because it's like this, it's links. The universe is linked up. We understand that we deal with what? Omniverse, multiverses, triverses, dual verses.
Triversal, dual versus universe. That's right.
So we know,
All in
we
all.
understand.
All in all.
All in all.
Uh-huh.
This is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with Pa'ut. So knowing this and understanding this, the activation of this is what's needed. So we have to get in tune to occupy that space, that vibration that's missing, that's there. It has to be put there. We understand the science of the circle and the square.
That's real.
Inside out, outside in.
That's real. That's real. That's real.
So what they're doing is they've been turning our children into these demons, or preparing them as the vessels for these demons to step into.
Well, they got us caught up with chasing the bag.
Chasing the bag. Well, we know that's the link. We know the science of the dollar, right?
Yeah.
We was taught the science of the dollar and the spell that was put on the dollar, all the witchcraft that's on the dollar. So this is not something new. We know that the cartoons, the shows that they've been showing us for so many years and raising our kids off, the subliminal messages that they've been encoding them into.
They've been calling us, they called the children occupationally orphaned children.
True indeed. Think about movies like Children of the Corn.
Uh-huh.
Right? This movie in essence was about beings seeking to come back into this realm. And they used the kids in order to do this. The kids went out, set out, and was killing all the parents in the town and anyone who came into the town.
Mm-hmm.
And they was doing it on festive times. So they had the festivities. They had a festive to open up to allow their Lord to come in.
It's that Eid.
So when we're looking at Travis Scott and all these
sacrifices
now
during Eid.
But do the knowledge, dog. While all this been going on, we can go back and check the records and see how many other festivals have been put on. Because this is not the only one. This one just made the news this time. But there's been tons and tons of other festivities or festivals is what I want to call itself. That's been going on, and these same things have been happening. These rituals that's going on.
Oh, listen, I'm gonna tell you this.
We just went through their Hallows Eve. We just went through Halloween.
Alpo just got knocked off in Halloween.
On the Sanhedrin. These sacrifices. Right?
Always.
You gotta pay your dues.
That's always the case. We know that that's when it go down. Halloween, New Year's. We know the time, 4th of July. We know the time frame that this happens.
We got to get back into using our tools, God. These spiritual tools is a reason. It's a purpose for them. Individually, collectively.
Now that's real. Listen, if anything happened, I'm a double back. But I'm looking at some craziness going on with my TV right now. It look like they just shut my what's the name off. I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the hell are they doing? Listen, bunch of stuff been happening since that last show. I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, well, you already know.
Yeah, it's going down.
Open like CBS.
Yeah.
You stress, right?
Yeah, KHUFU's right back. Well, you got something to say? Like, look, yeah, I'll let people on, but I'm gonna kick y'all off. You ain't gonna be hanging out here all night. I'll let you come on, KHUFU. What you got to talk about? But yo, so listen now, because I wanna get brothers and sisters feedback on that conversation between KHUFU and Taj Tariq Bey, Grand Sheikh Taj Tariq Bey, and Emperor KHUFU. But it is,
which was a phenomenal bill, which was a needed bill, right? To start the process of us getting into the degree of unity, something that we know we should be practicing anyway. But I think, yeah, it was a beautiful thing to see that, to hear that, to know that, brothers is actually on the same accord, moving in the same direction.
Yeah.
And like when me and you built about it, like I said, that's you being called to duty, right? It's an obligation now. You called to your oath of obligation.
Man, Listen, we're gonna build on that,
stand
Israel.
firm or
You know
stand down.
What we're gonna do, I'm gonna try to set the tone, and it's chant time. So if y'all don't mind, we're gonna do a little chant. And let me see, is my thing plugged in? Because I don't see my thing moving. They trying to set me up for this thing to shut off on me. Yeah, let me see. I don't even see my plug moving, like it's charging. Wow. So yeah, we gonna chant, family. Y'all ready? We gonna run through this and saying, I'm not gonna do the ding, big brother almighty. I ain't gonna do it like that. We're gonna run. Mama. All right, you gonna chant with me? Oh wow. Things acting different in here. Y'all ain't hear that? It's talking crazy to me. Hold up. Let me get off the camera. I don't need nobody to see what's about to happen in here. What you say about my mama? All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna go through this chant. Who was that? KHUFU. Excuse me. Yeah, here we go. Let me make it. Free app is not. Mama, I don't know what you talking about. Over there. Get some water real fast. I'm hiding my water because one of the good brothers blew me up, put my water up on Facebook. I went to go get some, and they ain't had no more. I said, "Ow!" Nigga killed me. You supposed to hit me on the messenger, beloved. Don't tell everybody my business. Excuse me again. All right, let's run through this. I know that they're Kaleja with Paoud. And yo, y'all gotta start studying this language. The brother Dentut, the sister Sakam Tet, they got an excellent language class on the Telegram. It's like 3 language classes going on simultaneously from 3 different groups of brothers and sisters. We need all of them. Let's get it. Let's turn it up. I'm with it. Patakyud. Anuki Jawef pa ashukin pa paud. Wu kale ashukawun Jawef neya. Anuki kasamun im pa paud. Wu pa paud kawun kasamun im neya. Anuki wahua me pa paud. Wu pa paud kawun wahua me neya. Na kuk kado na juwa me kasamun im pa paud. Wu kabuba me mushkasun. Na kuk kado kawan kale pafef na kuk do yo Jawef pa paud. Amen. Pase amen. The yardani kawun lake bakui Jawef pa paud. Anuki ya baby na fashni. Pa paud kawun anuki. Pa paud kador na kuk kador. Pa paud amun na kuk amun. Lahehun nenun. Am tumate korehun. Am tumate korekun. Am tumate korenun. Am tumate Jawef niya. Am tumate niya wanuki hum. Yaye ashukraye. Asmu jayenu. Yaye nataru wafuknun. Anunate mukradukum. Yaye nataru wafuknun. Afuknun, afuknun. Yaye natarunun. Anun. Atun. Atun. Amun. Yayehu, yayehu, yaye nataru. Yaye saye, yaye nataru. Yaye hika, yaye nataru. Amkumate pa mufaku. Yayehu, yaye nataru. Amkumate pa mufaku. Wuanunate mukradukum. Wuamkumate muisanun. Yayehu, yaye nataru. Aromu class nuna tumraye. Yayehu, yaye nataru. Yaye mukdamu wafuznun. Amkum mane yake la duda muslafunun. Wu muisarunun. Mane yake sawura baba. Mane yake kawuna kau. Mane yake ate akak. Mane yake kawuna bashawu the mam. Yaye netaru mugdamu nun. Aro mufdanun. Anhu kawun manza mane pa netaru. Aro anhu kawun baba yananan. Aro anhu kawun atumraye. Aro anhu kawun haror. Yaye netaru muslafunun. Afuz nun mane pa mujwadu. Afuz nun mane gahalan. Yaye nataru afuz nun mane sayo gayora. Afuz niya. Afuz niya. Yaye nataru nun. Nakuk talub tamui bipa nataru. Mane pa lain lawi tananu. Kale ranamani ate lae pa nataru. Wu kale namazoratni ate lae kayariatun lae pa nataru. Panan misfakawun. Pasawabu pataruk. Zikawuna na zulalahe amkun. Mane maspat wumasa. Ame hadianu damaun. Mane muslafukun. Wunetaru. Arjulaye na fashukun. Ofuksha kawun kun. Pasawabu pataruk. Pahadian wupadama. Anun tawan kun. Lae panandamal wushafe. Anun tawan kun. Lahe tin. Na soenun. Anun tawan kun. Lahe ashukuma. Kumate muslafunun. Anunate mukradukun. Anun talub nasarukuma. Anun talub nasarukuma. And so nun kaina taru. And so nun muslafunu. Anun ate musbatu. Anun atun. Atun amun. Anun ate kaleja with pawut nataru nun yae muftaru yae nataru. Yaye atumra yaye natar. Yaye nun yaye natar. Yaye nun tat yaye natar tat. Yaye ha yaye natar. Yaye hat tat yaye natar tat. Yaye kak yaye natar. Yaye kak tat yaye natar tat. Yaye amun yaye natar. Yaye amun tat yaye natar tat. Yaye atum yaye natar. Yaye shishash yaye natar. Yaye tafaf natat yaye natar tat. Yaye sabab yaye natar. Yaye natat yaye natar tat. Yaye rash tat yaye natar tat. Yaye asar yaye natar. Yaye nabab tat hatat yaye natar tat. Yaye satak yaye natar. Yaye hara yaye natar. Yaye haptwi yaye natar. Yaye anak tat yaye natar tat. Yaye ha haratwi yaye natar. Yaye nafartum yaye natar. Yaye mantu yaye natar. Yaye bapti yaye natar. Yaye sakam tat yaye natar tat. Yaye hatat haratat yaye natar tat. Yaye bai bis yaye natar. Yaye pata yaye natar. Yaye basas tat yaye natar tat. Yaye imhatap yaye natar. Yaye hu yaye natar. Yaye matat yaye natar tat. Yaye mahat yaye natar tat. Yaye kafafra yaye natar. Yaye maskanet yaye natar tat. Yaye rei tat yaye natar tat. Yaye kentimentiu yaye natar. Yaye hika yaye natar tat. Yaye natat tat yaye natar tat. Yaye ma'at yaye natar tat. Yaye renan tat yaye natar tat. Yaye shaye yaye natar tat. Yaye sashat yaye natar tat. Yaye mafdat yaye natar tat. Yaye sabak yaye natar. Yaye anap yaye natar. Yaye khanum yaye natar. Yaye khanash yaye natar. Yaye patanum yaye natar. Yaye saye yaye natar. Yaye hatat yaye natar tat. Yaye amas yaye natar. Yaye sarap twi yaye natar. Yaye atun raye yaye natar tat. Yaye jahutwi yaye natar. Yaye patawarat yaye natar tat. Yaye sakat tat yaye natar tat. Yaye ha yaye natar. Yaye nahabka yaye natar. Yaye sakar yaye natar. Yaye ba'a yaye natar. Yaye akar yaye natar. Yaye imharat tat yaye natar tat. Yaye wapawa tat yaye natar. Yaye sokat hatat tat yaye natar tat. Yaye mari tat sakar tat yaye natar tat. Yaye saye tat yaye natar tat. Yaye Godat Tat Yaye Nathar Tat, Yaye Asat Nu Yaye Nathar, Yaye Bahat Tat Yaye Nathar Tat, Yaye Khanam Tat Yaye Nathar Tat, Yaye Manak Tat Yaye Nathar Tat, Yaye Khamam Yaye Nathar, Yaye Mahatwi Yaye Nathar, Yaye Kabasan Anafaf Yaye Nathar, Yaye Da'amatarafaf Yaye Nathar, Yaye Madi Tat Yaye Nathar Tat, Yaye Nasat Yaye Nathar, Yaye Imjadat Tat Yaye Nathar Tat, Yaye Nakak Batat Yaye Nathar Tat, Yaye Sakat Tat Yaye Nathar Tat, Yaye Anak Tat Yaye Nathar Tat, Yaye Jadad Yaye Nathar, Yaye Tum Yaye Nathar, Yaye Wahu Yaye Nathar, Yaye Asash Yaye Nathar, Yaye Anak Yaye Nathar, Yaye Afaf Nuit Yaye Nathar, Yaye Satat Yaye Nathar Tat, Yaye Sakat Tui Yaye Nathar, Yaye Imma'at Yaye Nathar, Yaye Nana Yaye Nathar, Yaye Nuit Yaye Nathar, Yaye Satak Tui Yaye Nathar, Yaye Mubdal Tat Yaye Nathar Tat, Yaye Rahashafaf Yaye Nathar, Yaye Marar Tui Yaye Nathar, Yaye Amun Raye Yaye Nathar, Hu Anunate Kaleja Wef Paut. Now I'm gonna do the this is the sign of the triad. Be Paranan, Empire Yabab Asar, Wu, Pa Batal, Matat Arashtat, Wu, Pa Tawuba Sanan Harar, Moon. I know that they Kaleja Wef Paut, Yaye Nata, Nakuk Tawukum, Nakuk Tawukum, Nakuk Tawukum. Panin Lahaj, Pa Fifth, Nakuk, Anuki, Natuk, Kawun, Mispati Lahaj. The language that I'm speaking is the Mispatia or Sabaic language. Zikawun Lahajna or Lahajnun is our language, you know, and we need to start learning it. It's the language of time. So when you say things like that, remember who the master is, the incarnation of Jehutwi. It's a language of time. And throughout all times, you'll see Jehutwi popping up. He's a deity, scribe of all cycles. So he was there during the moon and the sun cycle. You understand? So, yeah, they rebooting something, my TV. They trying to do, because I got that fire stick. I ain't paying for nothing. Got the fire stick. It's going down. The thing is, they be trying to get us yeah, I love this. Hold up. We are sick and need to be healed. Okay, check this out, family. The brother said that. I'm gonna show it. Rose Reed, excuse me. I don't know if you're male or female. Appreciate you, family. The family said it, and I respect that. So what happens is, it's funny that you said that, because while I'm doing the chant, Panathar is putting in my mind, go through the 99 Nathar Renan at the names, and some of them, their focus is healing. Some of them, we have to utilize our tools, our weapons. We got to weaponize our stuff to protect ourselves and to defend ourselves, and to, if anybody, they get back what they coming at us with. So there's a bunch of them to thought, and I was going to say this. It's funny that you said that. Get the medicine star, find a picture of the medicine star, and have that present, right? We're going to get a picture ourselves and hang it inside the house. And because the medicine star is supposed to promote healing, right, and wellness. Take that, go through the list of all in the Nathar. I'm going to go through to give you an example of what I'm talking about. If you go through the list of the Nathar, you have certain Nathar whose attribute and name has to deal with healing. The curer, 95, Yaye M Sataktwi is the curer. You understand? You bring those names and you vibe on those names, on those attributes for healing, life, health, and bliss. Yaye Sokat Hatatat. That is the Panathartat of life, health, and bliss. You bring those energies to you. Purifier, born a healer. That's another one. Yaye Kabasanana 576. You bring that. All right, goddess. I appreciate you, goddess. Thank you for the healing. You know. So these are the different things that you bring with you, right? The medicine star, the chance of protection and healing, the attributes of the different Nathar, right? Get into your visualization, get in your energy vibe, and go to the Sacred Space page group, the Sacred Space Facebook group, and we have on there the healing ritual that the master teacher gave us with the blue candle. It's a blue candle, and the ritual just giving you a quick, fast run through. It deals with honey and cinnamon, and you get honey in one hand, cinnamon in another hand. You rub it together. You get a lit candle. You hold a candle with both hands, and you visualize the ailment. And you visualize the ailment on and you, again, surrounding yourself, the medicine star. And I would tell you to do chants or to do like the repetition and acknowledgement of the different authors that dealing with curing and healing, and then do the medicine and then do the ritual of healing with the blue candle and the honey and the cinnamon. And you visualize and Banda Bab says you do it as long as needed and as many times as needed throughout, in order to get into the healing take place, because this is mind over matter. And saying mind over matter really is a disservice, because matter is not really there. It's hard to even get to this conversation. It's matrix talk. It's about matrix. It's the matrix. Mahatri, I was about to send you a link because I heard you was talking about some honey and cinnamon. You should have had some honey and cinnamon yourself. I heard you was sick. What's going on? I'm about to send you the invite right now. What's going on? You talking about some honey and cinnamon. I need some honey. Oh my God. I wish I had me a cup of tea with some honey and lemon. Ooh. If only I had some. If only. Yeah. Heal yourself, baby. That's it. That's what the God, Baba Yanun, gave us that jewel. You know what I'm saying? Mahatri said honey in right and cinnamon in left. And then you rub it together, get that blue candle. I got a huge blue candle. It was in a glass. We got it out of the glass. And now, so we could, we need it. Because we all done got, remember, we got to be purified on the outside and the inside out. So you back,
remove matter.
Yeah, we got to get it. We got to get purified from the outside and the inside out. So, Mahatri, get up on deck because we got to talk to you, beloved. What's happening with you? I want to make sure you're all right. And let me see. Yeah, yo, let me tell you something else. I want well, the best healing for bullshit is to get away from it. The best method of dealing with bullshit, sister, is to get away from it. Like, I'm allergic to bullshit. Whenever it get around me, I break out. You see what I'm saying? Yo, Mama, what's nah, it's I got some other stuff. I'm looking for an email. What's your joint start with? Yo, so talk to me about, y'all hear me, family? Talk to me about what y'all thought about that build. Yeah, Dandelion is official. Dandelion is always official. So come on, comment about that build. I'm gonna let the people, I'm gonna put the you gotta get away from the goddess. They supposed to be there. If you were around low vibrating entities and energy that are draining you and feeding off of you. And if you around that type of stuff, it's not them that's wrong. It's you. My wife and I was going through that for some time around our peoples. And it just came to my mind's eye. It was like, it's not them. They're going to be vibrating here no matter what happened. It's not them that's out of place. It's us. You know, we the ones out of place because they're okay with this garbage. You know? Yeah, they okay with that garbage. We got to get out of the
people, places, things, and then there's you. Right? So you got people, you got places, you got things, and then there's you. That's that quad, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, if the thing itself, the person itself, if you can't move the thing itself, then you got to remove yourself.
That's my brother Mental. My brother, shout out to my brother Mental. He said when I was up top with him, he was like, yeah, if you can't change the people around you, you got to change the people around you. You know what I'm saying? If you can't change them by inspiring them to do better, then you have to change them by physically removing yourself from their cipher because they don't qualify for your energy. And that's what it comes down to. You know, and we have to be okay with saying that. We have to be okay with having a criteria that we require people to live up to in order to have our energy. Because we're looking to protect ourselves from energy vampires at all times. I agree. Listen, anybody that want to make that want to build and give me some feedback on that last, your feelings, your insight, your experience about that last build with the Grand Sheik TARIK Bey and Emperor KHUFU of the CMYE, which is the Continental Moorish Yamashi Empire. I say this to my close comrades. You know, we build on this on a regular basis, and I want to let the people know, our brothers and sisters and our Sabian brothers and sisters, Nwapi and Sabian, whatever, you know, I want them to know, because I know we're sensitive, especially about the master, His Excellency Dr. Malachi Kubina Zudak Yoko Kran. You know what I'm saying? Chief Maku Thunderbird Black Eagle, Baba Yananin. We are very sensitive to him. So people who have they take the natural inclination, the first reaction, which is to put Baba in competition with the Emperor KHUFU. That's emphatically now cipher, because Emperor KHUFU is a student teacher of the master teacher, His Excellency Dr. Malachi Z. York. You know what I'm saying? He came through the ranks and he continued on the mission that the master teacher started on in the 90s. So I just want to bring that to the forefront of the people so that you understand that when the Emperor KHUFU is calling himself emperor, it's not in relationship to the master teacher, His Excellency Dr. Malachi Z. York, Chief Black Thunderbird Eagle. It's in his capacity as the controller over the Washington Empire. So you had the Empress of the Washington Empire, then you had the crown Prince Ramsey Bey, and now you have the Emperor KHUFU. So I just want you to know that in that regard to attribute, you know, that's what their status is. So the elder Congress, I knew he was gonna be the first one up. So because every time I put on a different channel, he got that thought power I was talking about from the gods of Egypt. So when he got like he's split all over the place. So he's here right now, but I bet you if y'all go to Sadnetta, he over there too. And if you go over there to Assassin, he over there too. He got 3 different outfits on, I bet you. But right now, we're going to bring in the God. Let's go. Right now.
I love it, man. You crazy, man.
Round back. What up, God?
That's true, bro. It just reminds me of that. The guys from Egypt. Rahul back, my brother. I just got to, I love Pharaoh. Pharaoh is just, my Zamal so funny, man.
I was like, yo, how does he go both channels at the same time? I said, oh, man, this is here, bro.
Hey, listen, I have a lot of time on my hands, bro. I'm retired.
Nah, I feel you. You know what you're doing. sure you putting in, you investing.
Yeah.
So when the world shut down again, you already got your spots open. You're like, hold up, my spots are solidified. Don't come over here now with all that.
Let me tell you something. In whatever podcast I'm at, wherever I'm at, I always look for that light in there. You know, that Yanun is Yanun, that light. You know what I'm saying? You can find it in everything around you. You know what I'm saying? Not to spook out or anything, but just the fact that, you know, he's that central representative, you know, on this planet to our tribe, to our people. You know what I'm saying? He's that central, you know, so that's what he came bringing. That's genetics.
Al Cook. He's
exactly. Al Cook. You know, Yanun, Yanan, the light, you know what I'm saying? Oh, light.
Yeah.
It's a fact. So I try to look at it, everything, you know what I'm saying? I always try to move like that. But
talk to me about
segue. I'm gonna segue to that. Hey, though, that was a powerful broadcast, bro, with them two brothers, KHUFU and SHEIK. Taj, bro, the Grand SHEIK, bro. That was powerful.
That was crazy, bro.
And you know what I loved about it? Because I'm doing a little research. I'm doing a presentation soon on Sonetta, matter of fact, but not to give, you know, I don't, you know. So in that presentation, I'm speaking about the Malian Navy under Abu Bakari that came over and left artifacts. So I want to explore that a little bit, right? And it left a mandate script on a lot of artifacts throughout the United States and even Mexico and Brazil. And, you know, and so I'm chasing it linguistically. I'm chasing all that. But the point I wanted to make is that these Mali Empire, those 2,000 ships that came here, if that's true, right? Let's say that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? I'm soon exploring that, right? But I'm finding a lot of good evidence that show that this happened. Africans has been migrating to these parts way before it's even written. You know what I'm saying? You got the newborns, you know, and Baba has spoken about this. Okay, so now there's a lot of learned men and also political science, because if you're an empire and you're gonna want a crew to go over into another land, you want the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? Because you're out there exploring, you're setting cities out there. You know what I'm saying? And you trading back into Mali. That's how Mali becomes a very strong empire. So they took so the political science that we see today, the government, it checks out. Africans are the originators of this political science. And then speaking with Taj, listening to KHUFU, you see that this is a system that we developed. But it was hijacked. Like everything we do, our people did, African people done, they always take it, hijack it, they reform it their way and give it back to us in another form. And that's where you get the corporations and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Not to preach to the choir, because I know
No. You know, no, listen. We actually have the plan to depending on the time that we go through, we plan on reading. One of our plans is to read with the family to start going over the Nuwaubian Nation of Moors Constitution.
Okay.
Because it's not about, because we're not going to assume anything. Even though I have the information, you know, some, and Rondu may know, you know, everybody might have bits and pieces. The idea is that, look, we're going into that paradigm where we have to know the law.
We got to know.
Because ignorance of the law is not a defense. So if you don't know the law and the laws are changing right in front of us, right? You have an ID. You in New York?
I'm in North Carolina.
You're in North Carolina. Okay. Yes. Well, I know in New York right there.
But I'm from New York. I had a New York.
But I know you're from New York, from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. In New York, they're changing their IDs. They have what they call, they change all over the country. They call the enhanced ID. They got the real ID, then the enhanced ID. So the regular IDs that we have in our pockets, it literally says in the corner that it's not for government use, right? And then it'd be like, it's not going to be good to go into government buildings. So you're going to have the real ID for government buildings.
I had an ID like that with a star. It had a star on it. That
That's what I'm saying. And then they have another level, the enhanced ID, and you're going to be able to use it as a passport.
Yes.
Because a lot of domestic states are going to be listed like foreign countries.
Yes.
Why? because see, this ties in exactly to what's going on with KHUFU and TARIK Bey, because with the organic indigenous people government raising up, the corporate the corporate authority
raising it up. Yeah.
The corporate authority doesn't have any, they don't have any jurisdiction over the organic land. So it's like going to a foreign country. So all of the citizens under the corporation have to get passports, permission to travel in the indigenous people land now.
Right. So
they losing control.
If we can study and learn this system, even because all of this goes back into ancient Kemet, also the CPAT. You see, but you know, our master teacher prepared us, gave us information about CPAT and the gnomes and the CPAT and the city-state within, you know, the now valley. So all of this information and even this political system today, if we see how our African ancestors moved when it came to political science, way up on the game.
Well, listen, I've been on Taj's site of SHEIK, Grand SHEIK Taj TARIK Bey. Taj TARIK Bey is a walking Black's Law dictionary.
Yes, he is. I know. He's been doing it for a while. Yes, that's
he's a walking I just love. I appreciate him even because it was his interview, and I appreciate him. Like, look, he was like, I'm willing to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I was with that. And the fact that he did it shows that it's not about him.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It shows that it was about the mission. It's about like, look, okay, I'm willing. Let's have this dialogue.
That smile was priceless when he smiled when he called him the Imperial Chancellor or something like that.
You heard that? He froze him. He didn't even have a reaction.
But you could see it in his face. He lit up like, wow, I like that. I'm liking that.
He said the Imperial Chancellor Taj TARIK Ray.
Yeah.
And Taj was like,
wait a minute.
Oh yeah, talk to me, God, because I got like 7 people in the joint. I got like 4 or 5, and then other people.
Oh, you do? So if you want me, I can fall back.
Nah. I'm just saying because I want y'all to keep coming up because I'm gonna keep bringing more people up all throughout the evening.
Oh, okay.
But
I don't know how many people you can hold on here.
Yeah, I could get like 10, but I know how it be with when we start talking and we can't hear 2 of us.
I'm gonna yield back and I'm just gonna listen. You know what I'm saying?
You always welcome. I just wanted your input, definitely. You know, and I appreciate that. You know, because I'm vibing on the energy that the ancestors is throwing.
Yes,
and you know what I'm saying, and I appreciate being used as a tool. You know what I mean, to bring this. And bring it to the people like, yo, I'm with it.
You're doing a great job at it, man. You're doing a great job.
I appreciate
it. I learned a lot, and this is a great opportunity, man.
It's
you're doing what you have to do.
And you know what? I want to motivate everybody to do whatever it is that it's in their power to do. So even like when me talk about like you all over the place, I inspire. I'm constantly saying, yo, everybody get involved. Everybody get involved. Whatever you could do, get where you could get at. Be that voice in opposition and clarity.
You know what's interesting? What that remind me of that movie, The Gods of Egypt. Tahuti. Tahuti was all over.
That's what I'm saying. That's why, usually that's a fact. He had to maximize his time.
Like I said, I'm just moving the way the master has taught me.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what we're supposed to do. KHUFU, you coming through? Come on through. Yeah. Yeah, guys.
About everybody.
I like that emoji. I like that meme emoji, bro.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you,
bro. Who's back?
What's happening?
Yeah, right back, y'all. How y'all been? I caught the class. I thought it was dope. It was one of the best ones y'all had.
Oh man, thank you, beloved. Thank you.
I was watching that whole class like my little cup in my hand, just sipping the whole time. That class was deep
information.
Yeah, that was something different.
Super powerful, man.
That was something different. I was really trying to stay out of it. You know what I'm saying? I just was trying to let it go. Taj kept bringing me back in here. So you hear me, Pharaoh? You see what the emperor was saying, Pharaoh? I was like, yeah.
I noticed that too. I was on the thing cracking up.
But I like the perspective you gave also, Pharaoh. That perspective that you gave also was deep.
Listen, I appreciate it, man. I'm just, again, listen, KHUFU. So, tell me, what stuck? Silos, before you go, give me something that stuck with you from the bill that stood out. You know what I'm saying? Something that stood out with that interaction.
Oh, you want to know from me right now before I go?
Yeah.
The fact that they were willing to unite, you know what I'm saying, reconcile anything they had in the past and unite, and that was stuck out the most to me. You know, that the two brothers did that, and also they mentioned the master teacher. So that stuck out a lot also.
That's
you know
a
what
fact.
I'm saying? They honor that, and the unity. You know what I'm saying? You talk about the Moorish Science Temple, and you're also speaking about the indigenous bloodline that we all have. You know what I'm saying? Native indigenous people. Coming from KHUFU, and also his line from the Congo. You know what I'm saying? That crown he wears from the Congo.
Yeah. That's official. Yeah.
So that's official. You know what I'm saying? It's Africa all over, everywhere, and the unification of us. Where we at, and the political system that we created. Our ancestors created a political system. We gotta know it. We gotta utilize it, because if not, we're just gonna get the tainted version of it from the other corporation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
a tainted version, and so they're gonna trap us in that. In their
that's
little
the trap. That's what we in now. That we trying to get out
between
of.
the politics and the penal with their philosophy and the politics. That 5 points.
Now. We trying to get out of that right now.
Right. Actually, the 6 points, because the last P is a pharmaceutical, man. You know what I'm saying? That killed us, and to this day. So man, we got to know how they operate and know how we operate. Our ancestors operate. So that's what's important with them brothers, because I think they're getting it. You know what I'm saying? I think they were
so
in
too.
school. So that's what stuck out to me.
Okay. I appreciate that. Yes. So let me see.
Yeah,
so
let me yield and let me be out so you can get some more people in here, right?
All right, God, I appreciate you.
All right, peace.
Yeah, all right. What I do, beloved?
I like the fact that you see two royal heavy hitters like that, and they were respectful to each other the entire time.
Thank you. That was real.
They kept it on. They kept the divine love was obvious between them.
Yeah.
But it was a few things that I was talking about with that too. But at the same time, I don't want to take the conversation in another direction. That's why I was just gonna just be like, I thought
I want to hear what popped up in your head, because this all is a lot of things, and we all hear differently. One of the ways that I learned that we study like our ancient ways is whatever pops up to you, that's what you got to focus on in your journey at the time. That's what's interesting your spirit. So what might have jumped out to you, it might have bypassed us because something else stood out to us. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we're supposed to have these discussions, afterwards, in order for us to cross-reference things with each other. Be like, wow, okay, I didn't see that, I didn't hear that, But yeah, what you seen?
Well, the connected thread that I'm noticing is the fact that we're starting to realize that they're using that these warlocks is utilizing spells in court.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that was the thing that stuck to me. Like, even like, take the word mandate.
Yep.
Right now, they tossing that around. They toss it around on the court level, and now you got companies that ain't really in legal capacity to be able to tell you yay or nay, trying to tell you that you mandated now. I'm looking at stuff like that, like, you know what I mean, like, and I also pay attention to timing. When do they do certain things? How are they doing certain things? Like, I'll give you an example. You remember when Bill Cosby, the Bill Cosby verdict came out? You know that was a full moon that day.
Was you around when we first started, when I was talking about the blood moon that's coming up?
Yeah, I was catching that. That's what when you said that. That's what made me think about the Bill Cosby case. Because I was like, they know exactly what they're doing to get the masses to act a certain way.
That's right.
During the full moon, everybody's emotions are on high. You got to be careful about how you expressing your emotions on the full moon, because most people are not as emotionally stable on that time. And they knew Bill Cosby is like the heart of America, a black American family. For them to do that and time it, that's letting me know that you're dealing with high witches. I look at how they moving, not just what they say, but when they doing and how they doing it.
Well, you got to think about this, right? We know that television is a tell lie vision, telling lies to your vision. right? And we know they'll say programming. So we know that they're programming people, but we don't pay attention to the broadcast. They're casting the spell in a broader bandwidth. It's a broadcast of a spell, of an indoctrination, of a program. So we got to pay attention. We know the master told us that they cast a spell over us and that that's what they working. We hear it, but we not listening. And that's why he even have a joint called Black Magic versus White Magic.
Yeah.
Where he explained we got to use our black magic forces, which is not dark magic, which deal with necromancy and demonology and stuff.
And they know that. Right? And this is why they spend so much time making us fear that, making us fear our own black magic.
Yes.
See, they taught us that it was witchcraft, that it was voodoo, and all these other terms that the juju and that all these things, right? So just like back in the days down south, like I'll give you a story. My grandmother, my great grandmother, right? She was like today they call her what nurse?
Say it again, you broke up.
My great grandmother, you hear me, though?
Yeah. You said she was a what?
She was like a wet nurse.
Oh yeah. The midwife.
The midwife. That's what I wanted to say, Paul. So yes, this is what she was. But that position within the community was a prominent position. Yeah. So being a midwife, she was responsible for bringing in, not just helping with the birth of the child, but also taking a mother through certain sequences to help her bring forth a healthy child. This was the greater importance.
Yeah.
While doing this, she would have to take her through certain ceremonies to teach her, right, the tone, the rhythm, the flow of the child to get in tune with the child. These were the secrets, these were the sciences that was being held back from us to show us to keep that spiritual connection, that etheric link, as we would say today. This is what's before that etheric link being cut because we don't practice our spiritual practice.
Yeah.
We don't use it as a weapon, as you said earlier, God, weaponizing ourselves, using it as a defense, securing ourselves in this way. It's very, very important. It can't be emphasized enough of how we have to get back in tune and take pride in using our black magic, because our black magic birthed the universe.
We have to do that. That's what gives us the psychic self-defense. That's what attunes us with the frequency of the universe and nature, with the fabric of nature itself. And how they said spidey sense, listening to the whispers in the wind, and hearing the ancestors talking to us. Like, that's what it's about.
But this is why we know what tone we have to be on. We have to understand the C, the F, the A. We have to know these balances within the people. And we have to be able to move through them. Moving through them like that double healing.
That's a fact, God.
This is the process.
Let me ask you a question, God. Let me ask you a question. What's the score? What's the game you was looking at in there? I heard in the background.
Oh, I don't know.
Who was looking at? Somebody was looking at ball. I heard the squeaks and the sneakers.
I heard it, so I didn't know who it was.
On the court.
Yeah. Yo, look, each student calling me right here, right now. Look, this is the type of stuff I'm talking about. This type of time you want. God, right back. What's up? I'm live. You calling people while they live. You know what's going on out here. What's up, God? Yeah, we on live. Everybody listening to you.
Roll back.
Yeah.
Oh, who's that?
Hey, roll back, dog.
Yo.
Right on time too. He was, because me and him, we can ready to get in there. I can tell.
Yo, yeah, listen. Yo, yeah, God, what's up?
Yo, I'm about to show me the link, yo.
It's all right. I'll send it to you. All right. Yo, so listen, I'm at KHUFU's. Yeah, I got another brother about to come on in.
Hold on. Before you kick me off.
I ain't kicking you off. We're rotating you to the other side of the channel.
Before you rotate me, then there's a few scrolls that deal with psychic self-defense specifically. One of them is called the Ancient Egypt, the Sacred Initiation. he goes into, there's actually chants in that scroll that help you with psychic self-defense specifically. I don't want to go into what they are, you know what I mean? But me and the elder right there was building on it one time on Facebook, and then I was like, he popped up, and I was like, all right, that's a correspondence.
Somebody send me the cover. Somebody send me a picture of the cover of the book, because it's not coming to my mind. The Sacred Initiation.
I'll send it to you, or if the elder got it, because I know he posted it up on Facebook. He posted a picture of it up on Facebook one time. And that book was actually a chant specifically against psychic attack. It tells you this is what it's for.
Oh yeah, we need that, God. We gotta get that. Yeah, we get that. Even if we sit around on the back channels, we gotta get that. So that we got because that's what time we in. Because the emphasis on the blood moon is we talking about we dealing with the fact, you know, that them disagreeable forces come through. Every time Bob been in the updates, every time that came through, it was a blood moon. And he came to the earth, he came to the planet and had a meeting with the power structure. You know, so with all of this going on, where we at the cusp, like a new process to help the master get released. Now they got the longest blood moon in like 1,000 years about to come down on the 19th. It's gonna be like 6 hours long. Some craziness like that. Yeah.
No. See, but that's kind of cool. That's why I like building with everybody, because then we start being able to compare notes.
Facts. Yeah, I ain't with. I'm fasting. I'm gonna fast that week. I'm gonna fast the day before and the day after, and I'm gonna sleep in the daytime so I can break day. So at nighttime, I'm on.
What I'm gonna do is make a copy of the, take a picture of the page, and I'm gonna email it to you so that you know what the chants are.
Oh, please, beloved, because we need that.
Rotate me out. So put me in the back.
All right, God. Hey, yo, I tune when you get a chance, God, pop back up. I tune. You know what I'm saying? I know we took a long time. We letting the guards build. You know, you're going to get the same type of time. But come back in. All right, God, we appreciate you. Already know, KHUFUs, you know.
Hey, what time, God?
All right, God. Mahat tweet.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. What's happening with you, beloved? How you been?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing my best, bro. I heard you was kind of down. You know what I'm saying? You was going through some things.
I mean, I just finished a 27 day fast, so I'm like.
Oh, so yeah, that was your body kind of reacting, basically, like, yo, it's time. Give me some fruit, some water. What kind of fast?
Nothing, just water.
Just water?
Yeah.
Oh, you wasn't even supposed to be talking. The last 20-something days, you're supposed to be conserving that energy, God.
Hey, you know.
All right, how do you feel? How do you feel right now, then? Okay. Yeah, right. You between worlds right now.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I heard a voice in my right ear tell me a couple of weeks ago, you have to heal yourself. You know what I mean? So
sure.
That's where I'm at.
Well, you heard when we talk about the healing ritual and the medicine star and because that we need those types of things. We've been given those things to heal ourselves. So, you know, I'm just reminding the people of what Bob already gave to us, and we need to start using our tools. You know?
Correct.
You know, we just need to start using our tools. That's all. So yeah, man. But
I was trying to find an initiation book, but there's so many books scattered around the room, I can't even see it, man.
I understand. I know how that feel. Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm trying to remember the actual cover of the book. I can't remember the cover. If I can remember the cover, I'm pretty sure I can find. I probably got it.
You've been on time already for the You've been on time already for the for any drum ceremony or any of that?
I've been on Tamaray 5-6 times. I done did my Magaraj 3 or 4 times. I definitely was there for drum ceremonies, 4 or 5 family days, you know, Savior's days and all that. Yeah.
But there was an area around the drum area, right? It was done right there, and you know,
is that the elemental?
Correct. Yeah.
Elemental ceremony.
I think it was the elemental. Yeah, correct. You had the 4 Tepe Haspet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was a site right there for the initiation ceremony, which I performed.
Yeah, I didn't perform the initiation ceremony there. I did do the materialization.
Okay.
I did that. I did the Magarad. I did the materialization joint. So my last time on the land, I was over there with Paruti, right? We had like this huge cipher of brothers from all over the world, really, that was rhyming and all that stuff. And after the cipher, they left, and I sat over there in Paruti, and it was like one of the round like table, and I fell asleep because over there you had the Om, you feeling the Om chant coming from the Black Pyramid, Pa Kamim Marar, and I fell asleep, and when I woke up, the whole area was crowded, and the security had that section blocked off because this is also the section where the stage was at now. The stage was over there by where Paruti, the Sphinx was, and they had the section blocked up, and apparently Baba was coming over there to teach. And so I'm literally sitting like right behind Umi and Wakia, Baba's family. His family sit like right in a row in front of where my table was. So brothers that left me, they had their stuff still there, but they was pointing to me, to the security, and basically showing them that they had seats already. And I basically raised my hand. I was like, yeah, this they stuff right here. And they was able to get in because everybody else they was keeping out because there was no more place to sit or stand. It was like that. And then Baba came, and it was like a whole 100 people walking behind him. And that's when he had the all white with the black ascending pyramid and the black descending pyramid, looking like how the podiums is, and it was a white jalabia, and he had the white the Emma on.
Emma, yeah.
Yeah. So that's when he was teaching. I was there. That was my last time on the land. When the next time after that, because this was when he was talking about the burning sands. He said, y'all about to go through the burning sands. He said, you're not gonna be able to go back and pick nobody up. He said, they fall off behind you. You got to leave them. You try to go back and get them, you're gonna fall. Yeah. He said, now if they come up in front of you and they fall and you pass them, you could help them up and keep them. You know what I'm saying? He said, but y'all got to make it to the other side.
Correct.
Before we get to sunset.
Correct.
Before we get to the moon. You know what I'm saying?
I was there for that class.
Yeah, I was there for that. Live action.
Yeah.
Word. So, but so did you hear or see the bill with the elder gods? But
yeah, I did.
TARIK.
I mean, I loved it. As a matter of fact, I had my papers to join the Moor Science Temple before I got dipped back to Barbados, and I was looking for the forms, the application forms, but I got all this right here.
Okay.
Right, I got all that. I got 13th, 14th, and 15th amendments. I got all that. I even got the Clock of Destiny by the
Elder, yeah.
C. Freeman L. You know what I mean? And how he did his thing as far as the clock being reversed. And Baba came along and, you know what I mean, and did his work too. So it's something I've been looking into for a while, but what happened in my last 3 days in US of A kind of like cut me off from doing it, because I had made a t-shirt with John Hanson on it. And when I made that t-shirt, that drew attention to me. You feel me? I had the sheriffs in Charlotte was watching me like real close. And there's some stuff happened, whatever. So I've been around the Moor Science Temple knowledge for a while, from when I met a brother named Ish from back in 93 or 91, whatever, in Brooklyn. And so I enjoyed the bill. The thing is though, the thing is, Palahaj, remember, all the unity goes back to being on the same wavelength. So if we're going to do work together, we have to have a unified tongue. Because that's the same, biblical story. You know what I mean? That's the language of time. I'm not downing anybody for the work that's being done because the work is beautiful. But we have to come together on one frequency, and that's the language. You know where I'm coming from? Because
I'm with you.
I'm gonna drop a jewel on you, bro. I'm reading a book right now on sound and frequency, right? And there's something called binaural frequencies or whatever, right? They use it in music. If you hear 210 hertz in your left ear and you hear 220 in your right ear, even though it's two different frequencies, they will come together and make one sound.
True.
So if we on two different frequencies and they're vastly different, it's not going to cause cohesiveness. And you may say something, and I may say something, and it may sound similar, but there's a slight variation in the frequency. We have to be on the same frequency. That's why Baba says language is very important. You know where I'm coming from? So I'm in total agreement with the work being done. Baba's still in there.
I agree.
We gotta get him out. Because if we don't get him out, and I'm not, once again, my disclaimer, I'm not downing anybody. If you don't get him out, hey.
We stand. Well, listen, we know we stand on that. I mean, that's the motivation for all the discussion. Freedom of the master, freedom for the people. We know that those things are tied in. We also know that Baba set all these things in motion. You know what I'm saying? Even what we see the elder brother doing, the brother KHUFU, that stuff was built on what Baba set in motion. So he, at that time, he was one of the few that actually picked up and did what Baba was instructing us to do as a tribe. He actually did it, which would put him in position to be able to carry on the work and successfully complete that that cipher. And as far as the and I'm gonna build on because somebody asked earlier, well, what's actually happened with the master teachers, that process, because it's a process. You know, we have brothers that pop in and out and be like, oh, if we do such and such and such, Bob will be home on Monday. They're not speaking realistically. They're not talking. Yeah. They're not talking about the contracts and negotiations and conversations between nation states. They're just talking about emotion and, oh, this is what we want to happen. That's not how this thing moves. We talk about international law and we talking about conversations and as far as international laws is concerned. Now, we're not looking for it to take all the time that it took, neither. We ain't playing those games, but we do know that there's a process. And as far as the language, we were just on a call with KHUFU last night, actually. That was one of the calls from KHUFU, like till 1 a.m. It was a few of us, and we brothers and sisters were going back and forth, utilizing the Mispati al-Hajj. And one of the things that KHUFU said is, he says, listen what I'm telling you, he says, y'all got to bring that over here. He said, it's organic, it's alive. So yeah. if that's the functioning language that's being that we vibing on, then that's what we all need to be learning.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Just to say that it's not that there's no resistance dealing with that. And that's very important for us to know.
For all of us.
Absolutely.
For all of us.
For all of us to know. Absolutely.
Because that's where the real and true unity comes in, when we all begin to vibrate on that same frequency, whether F, A, or C. You know what I mean? Because that goes back to the whole Tower of Babel incident, where the planet Earth was of one tongue and one speech and one language, and the biblical God came down and split everything up. We have to gel. You know what I'm saying? That's right. And I appreciate the brothers for the work they do, but we have to understand Baba bought the language.
Listen, that's nothing to even play with, okay?
Nothing.
There's nothing to play with. That's everything, man. That's right there, is because the language puts us in a different frequency in order not to be controlled by the disagreeable entities and energies that have hypnotized us, put us in this trance for the last 6,000 years. It breaks the whole. and it unifies our mind and our bodies because the more we practice the language. It's funny you talk about that because I actually have the plans on reading some of the basic words of like the bridge words, like when, where, why, what, who, only, if, those things, words like this. And when you go in those transitional words, those are very, very key words in the language that I was writing down. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it's very important because our bodies start to shapeshift based on the language. Baba brought up, he said, people that speak the same language, they start to look alike and favor each other because the muscles and bone structure starts to change based on you using those sounds and those tones. So that was like boom, below my mind. I was like, wow, that's official. And it's funny because one time I was very good in French. I was in high school. I was like in an advanced French class, but I didn't like it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't like it because I didn't like the way it made my tongue feel in my mouth. The more I practiced it, the more my tongue was like heavy, and I would have to like switch back and forth with how my tongue, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it, and I'm sensitive like that because I used to play instruments. I used to play I wanted to play the goddamn guitar or the piano, and them niggas don't give me the goddamn trumpet. And I was like, well, damn, give me the saxophone because I didn't want my lips, that buzzing on the lips when you play the trumpet. Yeah. I didn't like it. So I'm sensitive to that stuff like that. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to play nothing. So with dealing with the language, I like the Sabeg language. Just like I like sign language. I'm practicing sign language. I'm relearning sign language. I talk with my hands already. I'm a hip hop artist. We talk like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what? Let me get into the sign language, which is both a trade and a language. Yeah. So I'm learning. I'm learning. Let me see the camera. Okay. Learning, studying sign language.
You know that at one point in time we actually had a Native American sign language.
A what?
We had a Native American sign language.
That's where they get the standard American sign language. They draft
as Nuwabians. When we had Tamare, we had we had a Native American sign language.
Yes, and I was going back to that, and I was going to look into upgrade that for the Sabeg and that whole nine. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm with that.
Because I was being taught. I was also being taught by a Native American elder when I lived in Brooklyn. He began me with this right here. You take your hand, you curve it down towards the solar plexus, and then push it forward like that. You see where I'm coming from? And that had a meaning like greetings or whatever. I don't remember because I love language too. I was being taught what the people in Ghana speak. I you know what I'm saying? Medium Peters, I was being taught that. Plus, estudia castellano, yo hablo español, Arabia, all that. I speak quickly, so I stumble over my words, but speak Arabic, no Hebrew. So I love language, and I understand the importance of having a unified tongue. You understand coming from? And that's very important because I remember on Tamaray, Baba said, right, that when they come and they question us, they're going to ask us, where's your land? Right? What's your name? Who are you? You have to prove to them. And they're going to ask you, what is your language? This is very important for all nations of people to know. You have to have a language.
Yeah, absolutely. That goes with your initial filing. When you dealing with the people letting you know that you separated from their system, they go, okay, well, we want to make sure you just not no crazy niggas just talking about you want to do some things. Okay, right. Where your stuff at? Where your stuff?
Yeah.
That's a fact. You're right. So Baba gave us our whole culture. He gave us everything back. And so now it's like, it's on us to step into it, though. To step into it and live it out. Because he did this as far back as 92.
Yeah.
He did this as far back as 92. But we have to be serious about this situation. And because Baba sacrificed his life for
Thank
this.
you. Thank
he
you.
Sacrificed his life for this, bro.
Thank you.
And we know, I've heard, even other people have heard that he was given the opportunity. All he had to do was turn on the doctrine and say that it was fake. and he could have went free.
Could have been free, yeah, correct.
Yeah, they would have let him go because his
doctrine. He said it in the eyes of Patmos. He said they told me to just tell my people that everything I said was a lie.
Yep.
Right, and we let you go. He said, "No, I'm not going to do that." Because what happened is this, right? People have to understand that as much as Baba came as a salvation, the tables are now turned. We got to we have to accept that we now are his salvation.
Talk about that.
A lot of people not catching on to that.
He said as much in the beginning. Y'all have to do it.
Correct.
He said that. He said y'all going all these lawyers and judges and courts. He said that's not it. Y'all got to do it. How else do we qualify for Panathar to grace us with their presence and grace us with the qualities to free the people? How else? By saving the Savior. Baba said that we're the Saviors.
Thank you.
He said we're the Saviors. He said so we have to save the Savior and we qualify for everything else.
Thank you.
That's the reality. That's a fact.
Upstate New York, Baba made a joke one day. Baba said, if you see me having a drink, say, okay, you're having a drink. He said, if you see me walking and stumbling, okay, he walking, he stumbling. He said, but if you see me fall, pick me up, stupid. He said, don't stand there and look at me and say, ooh, it's Imam Isa, it's Rabboni Yeshua, he's going to love it. He said, nah, pick me up. Help me get back up.
That's
right. You understand coming from? So Baba is actually waiting for people to extend themselves to him with a strong grip of a lion's paw and raise him out of the muck and the mire.
Yes.
Because when you read that sacred initiation ceremony book, right? It says in there, I know who I am. It says with all due respect, like Gabut to you, and I know who I am. And it says Nawapu found me in the muck and the mire of ignorance. You hear those words, brother? Nawapu found me in the muck and the mire of ignorance.
Found him.
No, found us.
Well, because man, like that's real.
Because when you're doing that ceremony, and you go before the Nabs, right? And you bow before them. There are things you have to say. It's the same as if you're trying to go through going through the gates. You see where I'm coming from? And you go before the Neb and you bow and you say certain words. And those are one of the things you say. This is in the
This is the AEO joint. This is the one with the cover, and it's like water or something on the cover. Like,
no, it has the actual site on the cover.
Astral, like okay.
You know, it has the actual site for the ceremony on the cover. Like a track. You remember how oh boy, hold on, fam. Let me go here and look for that book and come back.
Ancient.
The ancient Egyptian initiation book. I don't know why I can't find that book right now, yo. Because while the brother was speaking, I was actually looking for it. Maybe it's in my bag at the elders Khalan. You know what I mean? On the other side of town. But it's a very powerful book, brother. Very powerful. It's a book that I hold dear to my heart.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you, I think it's the one book that I might not have. I've been looking at it on like what's the name? Oh man, I think that's it, man.
I can't even show you how my room looked, brethren, because I got mad books, degrees, and all that stuff thrown around, trying to find that one book, bro.
Egyptian magic, charms and amulets.
And this is before AEO.
This is before AEO?
Yeah, because this book was written for the ancient and mystic order of
Melchizedek.
No,
Or
no.
Adaferti.
Neferti, yes, correct.
So it's Amun.
Neferti,
Amun,
yeah.
yeah. Which
yeah.
we still had the same attributes from Amun. Like, yeah.
Wow.
My attribute is Naya Nawub L.
You got this?
Tour.
Wow,
Mom's the word. Tour. Hey, I'm with it.
You know what I really appreciate about the brother TARIK Bey too? A couple of years back, right? He was doing a speech. This is when I was still in the US of A. And the brother said, I keep hearing about this 3-in-1. And the brother said, what is that? And the Grand Sheik said, it means that it's a triune being. I was blown away. I was like, whoa. You see where I'm coming from? And he explained what a triune being is. Now, Mark Q, in the books from before, I don't know if people had actually recognized this, but Baba said he received his card as a Morris Science Temple member in 1973, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of information that the brothers have that correlate with our outformation. Put aside the religion, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that actually correlates. My question, well, I want to talk to you about my question. I don't want to put it on air. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say this, just feeling out the energy. I'll say I know for a fact that the Grand Sheik we've been to like 2-3 events with them, and he teaches his people that they're Sabaeans, and they're from Saba, and they utilize a lot of the verbiage, and he studies the doctrine, definitely.
So that means that the actual unity is happening, and that's beautiful.
Absolutely. He doesn't have any ego with that. If anything, when you if you feel any resistance, it's from the followers and adherents, because we fall into that competition stuff of the European.
Yeah.
That's not where he's at with that at all. He's quick to talk about the master and his his brilliance and all the different things that he taught us, moving outside the box, Yeah, absolutely.
You see that?
Yeah.
I had it for a while. You know what I mean? I was gonna make that step. You see where I'm coming from? Because I understand the principles that he teaches as far as what they call it again? Natural law is concerned. You see where I'm coming from? So anything that's going to unify us and bring us together, especially on behalf of Baba's return to us, you know what I mean? I'm with.
That's what it's about. Who that in the private joint?
Yeah, bro.
Well, tell him to come into the chat, God. Where he at?
Oh, listen. I make crowns, right?
No, I ain't know that. No, you playing. Look, my mama calling me right now. Watch, I'm putting her on camera. I ain't playing with her. You gonna call me right now while I'm live, ma? I'm putting you on camera now. What you want to do?
You crazy.
Look at my mama.
Hey, his mama.
I'm live, ma. I'm going to talk to the people.
Be live.
I try to call you. You ain't even answer the phone. What's going on?
I might have been messing. I don't know.
All right, mama.
I just wanted to call. You look wonderful. Love you.
Well, thank you. I love you too, ma. I'll speak to you in a second. After I get off, I'm going to call you.
Okay.
Peace and blessings, mama. I'm crazy.
Yeah, you are. In a good way, though.
Nah, you know what it is, man? We got to be transparent. You know what I found out? That a lot of people hold back their energy and their personality, worry about what other people talking about. I'm like, niggas gonna talk about you anyway.
Yeah, no matter what.
I would say He said, if you do what they want you to do, they're gonna talk about you. If you do what they don't want you to do, they're gonna talk about you.
Amen.
He said, so what you do is you give them something to talk about. You navigate and steer the conversation. So that's what I do. I'll be like,
yeah, man.
All right, let me do that. Let me steer the conversation. You know, I'm on it like
Indeed.
that. Yeah, man. And listen, man, we all had these run-ins, and we on a whole new planet right now. We got to take full advantage of the time and space that we have. Yo, you ever seen this? You ever seen that joint called a communication with the deities?
What's that?
It's a guidance from the master joint called Communication with the Deities. I never seen this before, bro. Wow. AEO book.
Yeah.
Listen, bro, I'm showing you. Look. Ceremony for communicating with the deities.
Whoa.
I've never seen that before.
Wow.
I guess it's that time to make that. I'm about to make that call. I just call to say I need you. When y'all coming down, we need y'all. We need some help.
Yeah, yo, for real, yo.
We need some help. Man. I see sacred tones. I see the sacred tones. I see the breath. I see Egyptian wisdom, Egyptian thoughts. Yeah.
I got my little stash.
No, that's real. That's real. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it. Yeah, family. Listen, this is just our time, man. And so that's why these things are coming out. I want everybody to understand that. These things are coming out because it's the time for them to come out. And you're gonna have resistance from the people and people around us whose genetics don't allow them to go to the next level.
On point.
Their genetics won't allow them to grow to the next level.
And
so they're going to resist, and they're going to be upset with what's happening.
On point.
KHUFU, what's going on, girl? On point. Round back, what's happening?
Yeah, round back. I found that book. I was just gonna show it to you right quick.
Show me the cover, yeah, so I can see what the picture of the front cover.
Can you see it?
Move it
back. That's that joint, baby.
Move it back. Okay, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about now. Okay, cool. Sacred Egyptian Initiation. I have that book. I do have that book. I have it two places. I have it both I got the physical book and I have a PDF file. So yeah, I'm gonna go look into that. I gotta, because you said there's literally a prayer in there for psychic self-defense.
Oh, wow. Imagine that.
Wow. See, now he pop up with it. He ain't even looking for it when you come in. KHUFU, you muted.
Wow.
You muted, KHUFU. We can't hear you.
My bad. I love it when everything just correlates and everything just falls in line.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, but that's the show right there.
Yeah, we on that. We on that thing.
We had a lot. But this is the wild part. If we really start going back into the stuff that he gave us in AO and practice it collectively, I'm gonna tell you from personal experience, them witches and warlocks are scared to death of what Baba teaches.
That's what we need to do. That's what I'm saying.
I will tell you from personal experience. I used to propagate on downtown on 8th Street and 6th Avenue. Bro, I don't want to go into the bag over here because there's some stuff that's real. Baba taught us some stuff. If you really sincere in your heart and you open-minded, because he was talking about that in I think it was in the Mysteries of My Act, about how you have to be willing to
receive the information.
Yeah, that you gotta be like, yeah, it's possible. And instead of saying that's not possible, like that can't happen. He said 1 degree of difference is what will help you with experiences and certain things. The stuff that he was teaching us in AEO goes back to what he was talking about from a lot of men.
Yes.
He was saying that what they teach is what was the word for it? He said the unreal of the seen is what they teach. He was saying, when you're dealing with the mystic path, it's the opposite. It's the real of the unseen. We'll be doing certain things, and if you're paying attention to what's happening around you, you'll be like, oh shit, did that just happen?
Nah, that feel like we magic. That's why I overstand when like we building with KHUFU. He's like, look, man, he's like the master taught us we magic. We just have to act it. We got to live it out. We magic. You know what I'm saying? And we see and we make miracles every day. We just ignore them because they're so prevalent.
Yeah.
We got to start appreciating the miracles that we create around us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
and start
we got some real spiritual tools.
Yes. Man.
That's what Ron was talking about. We actually have tools.
That's right.
You know what I mean? We can, you know what I mean? And I'm just saying there were certain experiences that I had in AEO or because of being aware of the stuff that he was teaching us in AEO that I seen happen in courtrooms. I used to get in a lot of trouble back in New York. You know what I mean? I wasn't doing no crazy stuff, but it's many a time I had to stand in front of a judge on something like, yes, Your Honor, no, Your Honor, no, ma'am, yes, ma'am, all of that. I remember one time, though, I had to go in front of a judge. You ever see that movie, that show Gargoyles? And they had the three fates, the three races of Mukasu. One is the red hair one is the blonde hair one, and one with the black hair one with the gray eyes.
Yeah.
I went to court and the prosecutor's bench had 3 women, and all of them had a different. They all looked the same, and each one of them had that hair color set up like that. That fucked me up. I was sitting up here like, oh, this is some real stuff going on.
Yeah, it's about to go
you know
down.
what I mean? That's what I was saying, that when you're dealing with these courtrooms, a lot of times you're dealing with high warlocks and witches behind closed doors.
That's a fact. You going into their world. You going right into their world.
Like say the same thing with the Dakota House. You know what I mean? A lot of heads of state for the government live in the Dakota House. You know what I mean? I'm talking about Secretary of State, that kind of shit. And so we really up against some real, Luciferians on a lot of levels. You know what I mean?
No, we reading the doctrine, we teaching the doctrine, but we not internalizing and not accepting wholeheartedly what the master's been saying throughout all these years. And that's the problem. He's dead serious when he's telling us this stuff. And we reading it and we saying we serious, but then we like, yo, them niggas is really that. Nigga.
And then the funny part, once you start vibing at a certain and this is what for the elder, because he told me he wanted me to build on the scroll. And I'm laughing now because I'm doing it now. I wasn't planning on it. But when you start to vibrate at a certain frequency, they see you.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It was an old elder that taught me this a long time ago. He said intelligence spots intelligence. And he was like, and it's funny because a lot of the stuff is like little pieces that get correlated here and there. You remember, I think in A Lot of Men, he was also talking about how when you're dealing with the Luciferian order, he said they're almost like us in every way.
Yes.
There's key differences that make them the fuckery that they are. You know what I mean? And what makes us who we are.
It's the Jedis versus the Sith Lords.
Exactly. When he broke that down in the when he was sitting with Anakin, when they were sitting down in the what do you call it, the opera, which is a demonic practice. Remember Baba said, he said, if you say you want to know what a demon sound like, listen to an opera. You're like, oh, all that shit. He said that's demonic talk at their highest. Wow. He was saying, so remember, that whole movie was tones and vibrations. Behind all of the behind the special effects, it was same thing with Doom.
It was like
I was scared the movie theaters with them tones that they pumping out.
Those sci-fis is where they put all the opera sounds in. They don't get nobody running around just listening to no opera songs, so they put them in all the movies and stuff like that.
So then when you was dealing with that part in the movie, remember what he said? He said the Jedi and the Sith are almost the same in every way. And I was like, this damn near word for word out of from A Lot of Men.
Yeah.
You made that statement. I was like, okay, so there's a lot of things. If you really studying the doctrine, you see that they taking it and they telling people right out of the scrolls. They at this point now, they're not even trying to water it down.
Hiding it, nothing, bro. That's a fact. My mama, who I just was showing, she was talking about some joint that came on. She acknowledged it. She said, "Oh, they was talking about one of your books." She said, "I know it because the pictures, the wordplay, everything they said was like directly out of the books."
Did you see the Scooby-Doo joint I sent you?
Which one? With the
Go into your Instagram and there's like a little clip from a Scooby-Doo cartoon in there. Look at that. and it goes about how Nibiru comes. This is a Scooby-Doo game breaking down Nibiru.
Oh yeah. They gonna give it up.
How they come every 36,000 years. They showing you literally the same stuff that Baba was teaching us, and Zachariah stitching and all of that. Right?
Right. That's where we at, bro. They gotta put it in our face so when it come up, the people could deny it and be like, "Yo, nah, y'all got that from such and such."
You all know that it takes hours. My bad.
No, you go.
You all know it takes 24,000 years for our solar system to move around Sirius.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
24,000 years. Our solar system. What happened?
And I said, I remember that now. It took me a minute to process, and I remember the diagram that Baba gave us about that.
Yeah. Right. So we actually making that circumnavigation around Sirius, our solar system. It also there's a point in time when the Draco star constellation is right under the foot of Asar. That's when the head of the serpent is being crushed. Right? Yeah. So what happens is my thing right now is the Dendora, right? And going back to,
I'm glad we're having this talk.
Yeah, and going back to the sacred wisdom of Tehuti. There's a prayer in there. I'm looking for it right now, right? Where you say a couple of words at the end. You say, "My brain is the brain of Tehuti."
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Imagine.
One for each one of the.
Imagine what happened.
I said, "There's one prayer. There's one prayer like that for each one of the deities that he makes reference to. One for Tahuti, one for Anubis,
correct,
and one for Khonsu."
Correct.
Yes.
Yo, so Baba gave us so much that we gotta get back to it while working on getting him out. Because if you could connect your brain to the brain to Tehuti, if you could connect and kum damar karer pa damar shalil tahutwi, imagine the power.
That's why the language is important. The language is the transmitting utility. It's the pathway to connect us to the minds upon the thought. That's why they call it the language of time, because they're timeless. And we become timeless the more we become fluent in their language. You know, we get in tune. We're going to have impressions. We strengthen the etheric cord between us that bypasses through all the distraction from here to the omniverse. Now we reconnect. So yeah, it's definitely that time, man. We
ancient Egypt, back in Tamare, in ancient Tamare, they called that the Hekau.
Hekau.
The Hekau.
Yeah, Hekau.
The activating words, like in certain
Where's the power?
Where's the power? Correct.
Certain combinations start to activate, and that's what that scroll showed me. That this ain't no joke. This is real.
So many scrolls. You ever seen a movie? It was a movie about the ninjas they was killing. It was like a ninjas they was nice, and the dude he was nice, a hitman, ninja assassin, I think his name was, and he got stabbed up, cut up, and all that, and he was almost dead, and then he was laying up in like a box, and he just kept doing his hands in different symbols to heal his body and the different organs. I seen that, and I remembered those hands. All those different hand formations. Baba gave that to us in one of the books, in the AEO books. I was like, yo, I seen those, and I ran into it. And if you go into the materialization, you're gonna see all those different hand symbols. I said, oh man, God is giving us everything we need, so that when we come across the situations, we know how to handle it. Publicly and privately, we know how to handle it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
So you go. I remember one time, if you go in, so that's why it's important for us to come together. Because if we go, because I've seen things that I've been able to do individually that had them shook. So and it scares me to even think about how much more powerful once we get on one page.
Facts.
How much more we can do. You know what I mean? That's the thing that I liked about the bill with brother KHUFU and Tariq.
Yeah,
was the fact
that
it had a very, this is how we're supposed to be talking to each other. This is how us as a family supposed to be able to interact with each other, and that's what I like.
Right. We have a common goal.
You feel comfortable in my heart chakra. Like I was like, oh, cool.
That's
you know what I mean?
Bro. That's a fact.
Love
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. That was a beautiful. The fact that we have a common goal and the brothers was able to see past just their own self.
Yeah.
For the sake of the people, you know.
Exactly.
Now, I want to address before I forget because my mind be flying by. Dealing with Baba, and I told him Mohatui earlier that like with Emperor KHUFU, that there's a process, right? So with him coming out, when he's saying he's giving a public notice, he's dealing with international law.
Okay.
And he's giving an official public notice to anybody that's claiming a superior claim to the master teacher, claiming him as their property, citizen, or anything else, because Baba is tied in to the United Nuwapi Nation of Moors Constitution, which is docked in the Yamasi government. So KHUFU is telling, that's why he said Chief Black Thunderbird Eagle is the Yamasi government's property, and we're going to get our property. But before we do it, we have to give public notice to the world, to anybody that's claiming him as their property. They have to step up and give a counterclaim and show forth a proof with documentations, so now they have 30 days to do so. And then after that, we can start the next proceeding dealing with basically will cease and desist any type of transactions or anything that's going on concerning him, so y'all could get out of the way while we go now to get our property from the people that have kidnapped them.
Yeah, that was something about the case that always messed with me though, was the fact that they misnamed them. And I'm like, I know enough, and I know a little bit about the law. I don't know if they know, like you, because you was building on it actually, and you was talking about.
I have a video about the name. I have a video about the name.
And that's like, how the hell y'all gonna hold this man? Y'all can't even prove that's who y'all say y'all got.
Yeah, correct.
And they part that click like, yo, y'all don't have and they know it. See, but then to me, that's taking it to another level when you're looking at them though, and understanding that there's a lot of shit that's going on behind the scenes with these judges.
Absolutely, the judges are Molech. They're Molech demons.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
But you gotta think, we gotta come at it from this way. Look at it like this: they know exactly who Baba is. They know exactly what he represents. They know it's the end of their time in their system.
Yeah, so they fight for their life right now.
They're just trying to extend and get as much borrowed time as possible. So that's what that whole fiasco was about. The problem is we let it happen.
Yeah.
That we never focused on that name as being a subject matter. Like, hold up, how y'all moving forward when this person doesn't exist?
The person that you're talking about. Like, you know, I've seen people get their cases thrown out for that shit.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I've seen people get their cases thrown out because the name was misspelled. Like, that's not me. Here go you go to my birth certificate, my social security card, all my ID. This is how my name is. Who's that? That's not me.
Listen, when you have two arresting officers given two different times for arrest, gotta throw it out.
That's what I'm saying. That's how law is. Law is severely exact. You got to be your T's got to be crossed, your I's got to be dotted.
And that's in Baba's case. The two arresting officers gave two different times.
The fact that they went to the land, talk about they had a warrant for his arrest after they already had him in custody.
The fact that they took his passport, that's the other thing. Where's that passport? And even if they don't have the passport, there's passport paperwork.
Listen, that means, because the problem is, even seeing the passport, they were disregarding it because all they seen was a nigga. And that's how they approached us. That's just a nigga. He talking crazy. He's a nigga. And now when they see that, that nigga was dead serious. He really is that. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, we dropped the ball in the beginning of this whole process because we were supposed to stick with that nationality situation. We're supposed to stick with the tribal aspect of this thing, you know. And most of us, myself included, never went through the nationalization process.
Yeah.
So we wasn't even in no position to be claiming the master as the chief Black Thunderbird Eagle because we weren't officially a part. We never officially went through the nationalization process as your master.
Yeah,
so they knew, you know, they just knew that we wasn't in the right, we didn't have the right footing.
We wasn't lined up.
Yeah, and they played on that. And then, of course, we got the agents and we got the people that's involved that don't want him to be out and looked at his seize power and take advantage of the tribe. You know, you got that also. In every great nation, you're going to have that, you know. So, yeah, but now it's a new day. And even us coming together on the platform, this represents, like, I tell you, bro, when I started, I through years, you go back to 2016, you'll see me with videos. I'll pop up, do a video, then disappear. And then I'll pop up again, you know what I'm saying, 8 months later, do a video, disappear. Because I'll be like, that responsibility and with the dealing with the souls of the people, I know it's intense and it's immense. And it's very real to me. But now when I sit back and I look at where we're going, and I'm like, well, damn, when nobody's coming out to talk about what's happening, and really that Mark Lamar Hill's Jane, Mark Lamar Hill on Sinetta, it set it off. I was like, I'm not letting that slide. I ain't trying to get that.
That's the thing that got me. And he got interest in the Muslim world that's making him say shit like that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So he got a conflict of interest. You know what I mean?
He talking about Palestine. He's a Palestinian.
Yeah. Like, dude, no, you're not. You ain't know. It's like you like shit. And that's the thing that get me with dudes like that. I was like, at the very least, he should have been more neutral about the situation instead of trying to weigh in on against something that he don't really know nothing about.
He was chasing Sinetta down before he even came to the platform.
And that's the reason why I got a power with Sinetta. I'm like, dude, you ain't even checking this dude at the gate. You know Baba know the languages. What the fuck you talking?
He didn't care about that. Sinetta don't care about that.
He read the books. I've seen Sinetta. I don't know Sinetta books. That's the shit that got me with him. Like, dude, really?
Yeah.
For real?
He's looking at Mark Lamar Hill's credentials. He's looking at the CNN. He's looking at the, you know what I'm saying, what's that, CNBC. He's looking at the fact he was a part of these major Mukasu organizations and platforms. And he's like, now I got him over here. But he's not paying attention. Well, why is this nigga coming over here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I had to tell at the side about something before that he had somebody up there, a quote unquote. I was like, though, that dude hasn't been affiliated with the nation in a while. He ain't even in tune with what it is where we at and where we walking now.
Oh yeah, he had the old Muslim brother that be up there. I know you talking about.
Yeah.
I know that's his man though.
Who I've had dealings with. He a little. What's the word for it?
He loose. He loose in the head.
Not just loose in the head. He's a vicious little piece of work.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna know he a little vicious piece of work.
Yeah,
I was in the room when he tried to do some foul shit, and I was like, I'm not letting that happen.
Wow.
I was like, you ain't gonna sit there and talk about people who are in the nation putting work in, and you coming out on some Allahu Akbar nigga, fuck it.
Facts. I told Sinetta that too when he put him up to quote unquote debate Chuck E. Cheese. I was like, yeah, this dude. Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese. I was like, yo, this dude, he ain't even equipped for that. He nice when he loved the master, and he followed the master up to a certain point. But you got damn near 20 years of missing information that you can't even stand on and do nothing with.
He's in the process of trying to usurp, and that's what he came when the situation that I was dealing with him. It was him doing that. And I called him on it. I was like, dude, you coming like he had it, bro. We're gonna talk because I don't like putting family business out.
I understand. Yeah, we definitely listen. I had to talk to a brother who got he got 20 years worth of letters from Baba Yanun. He wanted to come up here and read them, blowing everything up.
Right.
I was like,
my man.
Yeah,
my man.
You know, talk about the noble. He got 20 years worth of information. He like, yo, I want to come on the platform and I'm gonna read it to the people. I was like, hold up, God. Hold up. Wait.
The roach is gonna scatter.
Listen, And he told me he was letting key people know that he still had the letters. They were under the impression that the letters were destroyed. They didn't even know they still existed.
Ooh.
He said, man, they was terrified. He said, when they know I got them, they was telling him that, yo, you gotta get rid of those. He was like, nah, I'm gonna go on the Brother Pharaoh platform and we gonna read them to the people.
Oh, tell them to get rid of the word of the master. That's wow.
Yo, because these people have, Baba said that there's a large percentage of our people that have a hidden commitment and contract with the 6 ether forces and Luciferians. They're a part of their system. They're a part of their body, and they just with us until they could do their devilishment, and then they're gonna disappear. Like the brother Rick, who was there throughout the years, and he was one of the reasons why we never made the move to nationalize, because he was in control, and every time it came up, he would shoot it down. So when Baba would bring that up to do, he would tell the people, "Now we're not doing it." You see what I'm saying? And that's how it was going. And we went along with whoever was in charge. Misplaced loyalties. You know, we start ignoring what the doctrine is saying, what the master's been giving us for years, and we start listening to the personality that's in front of us, and like, okay, he got good intentions, she got good intentions. F them niggas' intentions. Experience, evidence, and reason. What the doctrine say, what the master gave us.
And that's the issue that I have with, I'm not going, he who shall not be named. Class, like people making accusations about situations, and I'm like, where's your proof? I was like, in all of the schools I thought proof was the basic
fact
standard. In the religious schools too, Tibet. Confirmation evidence has not left.
Experience, evidence, and reason. That's right. That's the foundation. That's right. You know, you can't experience everything, so evidence and reason becomes what you fall back on.
Yeah, but then my thing is, we still got the 3 tests. That's always been the prerequisite. As soon as you start stepping outside of the basic stuff, now I'm looking at it like, all right, cool. My thing is, all right, cool. Let's say what you're saying is true. Where's your proof? There's a lot of heavy accusations being tossed at people, and it's not being done with evidence to support the accusation. That's religion. That's spookism. You know what I mean?
I was there. Listen, we gotta fill me in on the so we can have the candid conversations behind the scenes. So you know what I'm saying? So we can go into detail on stuff.
Oh yeah, I'll bring you up to my, and I'm the kind of person is this. I don't talk on things that I haven't seen with my own eyes.
I was there.
That's why I'm hesitant to say certain things, because I'm like, you know what I mean? Because I'm not thinking, I'm not backbiting you if I'm running what it is that I saw you do.
That's a fact.
The eyewitness account. That's not slander. That's not God. That's me saying I was there. And this is what you said, nigga. This is trying to get us to do, mofo. You know what I mean? And that's how I rock. I don't like that. And people that know me, they know I'm not really a gossiper like that. It make me uncomfortable. Talking about people in the room. You know what I mean? How Barty said it? This is what happened when we had the polite meeting with all of that stuff jumped off. What you said? He said, I'm telling.
Who said that?
If you bring it to me about somebody else, I'm walking right up to him and I'm telling him what you told me. I fell over. But I understood what he was getting at about, let's not do that whole
was.
Exactly. The wasp. I like that. The wasp.
Wasp canaz. You know what I'm saying? The whispers.
You know what I mean?
Whispers circle.
Was Sufi Sudurial Nas.
Yeah. Was canaz was. Yeah. We know that. Now was. Nah, we ain't doing that. Nah, you know, listen, I'm with you, God. I'm with you.
Yeah, that's all I had to say. Though. I wasn't coming up here to talk too much. Actually, I just wanted to get you that book cover. So that you know,
I got it too. Now, thank you for doing that because that's one of my joints. You know, I was telling somebody else how my ex-wife listen, 30 days before I touched down out of the Sajin, after 10 years, 30 days before I came home, she destroyed all my books. She threw all my books out. 30 days. You had my joints for 10 years. You waited 30 days.
He knew you was on your way out the door 2.5. Ain't that some funky ass shit to do?
I'm like, this nigga here. But she wasn't no other way for her to hurt me. So she just was like, oh, I know it's gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
She wouldn't get my mom. She wouldn't get my brothers. Anytime my people going over there to get them, oh, I'm not busy right now. Oh, it's not a good time, and all this other stuff.
Just to be spiteful in the end.
Yep. And I had like 6 holy tablets. I had all my degrees, all my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I had them in a big binder, and then it was electric taped so that nobody could get in it. So yeah, after I finished studying the joints, I would electric tape them and then stash them. Like nigga, find this 200 years from now, it's gonna be a real scroll. It's gonna be a real. Like, oh, what's this? Mummified. And be like, oh, they had it. Oh, these niggas had it. Word, baby. She threw all my stuff away, bro. All my prayer rugs. I had Ansar prayer rugs, Sufi prayer rugs. I had all all prayer rug, the big one with the foot pieces, and a small one with the 3 suns, the colorful one.
Yeah, I like that one. That's the one I had.
Prayer rugs. Yeah, I had the one with the crown on it and the menjet, and the other one I had. Yeah, man. I was ready to rock out. I was like, I'm coming home. I'm selling all these tablets. I was, oh yeah, this is a blessing. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna remind your people, please share, please like, please subscribe. I'm saying, go to.
Oh yeah, I got a whole list of people I send this to.
Now I appreciate that, God, because
we need this. This is healthy dialogue, talking amongst the family, building like. Hey, right there, there's some stuff that made me go, oh shit, I didn't even think about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do that.
Nah, that's real talk, man. So and it's a service to the people. I need 1,000 subscribers so I can monetize. After 1,000 subscribers, YouTube monetize it. I want to give a shout out to the young elder because he was over there giving me a shout out on his channel, and he was telling the people who come over here to subscribe, help that brother get a little change over here. Subscribe.
So you said you have about 800 now?
I got like 850 now, something like that.
Another 450, you be there soon.
That's what I'm saying. But we just had a video with like 7,000 views. I'm like, what's up with y'all niggas? Subscribe to the channel when you come through. You know what I'm saying?
There ain't no way. But the funny part, when I finally sat down and listened to one of these classes all the way through,
yeah,
I was like, oh yeah, that wasn't even a thought. Click. I was like, I need to hear this.
Yeah, I gotta come back. I gotta come back for this.
These are the conversations. I don't be having these conversations with people in my normal circles now. Because a lot of them,
it's hard.
Level. And I'm not knocking them. It's that there's different levels and different degrees. You know what I mean?
Fact, God. We doing our best, man. We striving to we stepping to do our duty to awaken up the universe. And that's something I was building with KHUFU because we was talking about all the negative energies that's coming out. I said, but it's also time for those positive energies. So all of us, we have to do what's in our soul to do.
That's happening in the proportion of the level of affirmation that's hitting the planet right now.
It's a fact.
So as that truth from the heavens open up, and the daughter like, all right, cool, I finished that one. You digested that one. Here's the next one.
I'll be telling them.
They
give it to me.
We was talking exactly. I remember we was talking about back in the days. You couldn't even see side boob on TV. Go back to the 80s, like with Dallas and what do you call it, and all of them shows. A girl with a halter top and some. I think you know what I mean.
That's why Daisy Dukes was so big. That's why Daisy Dukes was so big because she showed more skin than anybody else in TV.
And she was ugly as hell. I'm like,
who was looking at her face?
Raggedy little butt. I mean, back then I was like, oh look, because that was the standard that they was pumping.
That's what I'm saying. We was looking at the fact she was showing cleave and she was showing her thighs. She had Daisy Dukes. We was looking at that. Ain't nobody looking at
regular public network television. It's damn near like a soft porn. Some of the stuff that they be pulling off on. I was like, wow. I was like, I remember back then, I've never seen that stuff.
That's real.
But that's in direct. That's because they know that the souls is awakening.
Yeah, so they got
level of.
Sex is one of the most powerful forces outside of reason. So you have reason and you have sex, the two opposite sides. But now sex And emotion, right? That all that lust and stuff starts to override reason.
Yeah,
so this is why we have to always think we have to fight to think reason, because once we start to get into the lust, there was an update. I probably wasn't supposed to have it, but it was an update.
It kicked my butt a few times. I'm not gonna lie. I know
that, of course.
Listen, kicking my ass. I've been having issues with. I'm just now starting to get.
Bro, it's what they did with us. What they did with our people. There was an update with Patah. Matter of fact, I think and one time they read it in Jersey, but it never really came out. It's been in the back channels. But Kefre read it in Jersey one time. I'm gonna go back. They got it on video, and I have the update though. But I was like, niggas bringing it to the light. Okay, but so and Patah was explaining how the Mukasu tricked. He was explaining how they tricked us. And he said they started to hypnotize us with the lust, and they hit us with the lust force. And being that they stopped us from practicing the science of Hadhar, they utilized those sciences which our women use as a weapon to control. Like the women was controlling everything. They controlled us with the science of Hadhar, with the science of sex, with the science of love. They knew the sciences and they mastered it.
With the beautiful intentions, though.
To keep everything, to keep us in sound reasoning, but they knew this, they knew and understood the art. You know what I'm saying? So it was perverted. We were neglected from mastering it. We no longer used it, and then they used it against us.
Yeah.
And once they did that,
whatever we give them, they always do the same thing. That's why it's good they didn't get all of the degrees.
Yeah.
The fact that they didn't, and look at what they did with what they got. That shit is skill. What would they have done if they had? You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
I remember at a class, Baba explained what lust is. He said the word lust is the word luster, Lustre, and it means to shine.
That's right.
Right. So what happens is, the Kakasu, what they would do is they would come into our lands and go to the beach or the river, because the men didn't have the power of the phallus. And what they would do is they would go and watch our people, and when the sun hit our skin, it would naturally glow. And that gave them the ability to now go and lust, to have sex with each other. So the actual fact of lust came from our DNA and our melanin, that they used to actually go and watch us.
Yeah, they were stimulated by watching the reaction of the sun reflecting off our bodies.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That goes into that Martin joke. The water glistening all over my body.
All over your body. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Go right into that.
Yeah. So they always needed us. I don't know if you all know about the protein jewel, but I'm not gonna say that here. You know what I mean? But the protein jewel was also crazy. You know what I mean? So he always gives us like jewels. You know what I mean? About, especially in language, because lust, L-U-S-T-E, is the word luz. If you speak Spanish, you know that Lucifer is the light bearer, right? So lust is light, or to shine or glisten. The same as Illuminati. Yeah. Illuminous, illuminated.
All of that goes back in them manipulating the light spectrum. Even now, he's supposed to be the god of light and fire. And what is his main game? Lust.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Oh God, it's no problem. Enter that there, KHUFU. And listen, we did not forget you. We got to update. We got to update distribution list for the natural nature herbs for the wholesalers, because we looking for brothers and sisters to wholesale, brothers and sisters that have stores and they got access to people. We wholesale the products to you. So yes, they on point with that. So we're gonna send you an email soon, goddess. So I'll just let you know. And a brother out in London, he wanted a wholesale list too. So that's a beautiful thing. And again, y'all check out naturalnatureherbs.com for them herbs, man, the best sea moss on the planet. And the super greens, and we got the pumpkin pie sea moss for the season. You know what I'm saying? And Cosmic Shop for the t-shirts. We custom make them. So as you order it, that's when I'm making them. That's how it's going down. You know what I'm saying? So you check out the Cosmic Shop and Thorough Rise. We're about to come out with new music, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm only gonna give out clips because the music, all the music I do from here on in, I'm making it to NFTs. We're going straight to the market. We're going straight to the NFT market. I'm selling it straight NFT. So you go through the Bitcoin blockchain situation and get access to the music for the NFTs. So then maintaining the exclusive rights over everything, maintaining the original, the original content, and put it right through that channel. But if you don't want to buy nothing, you always free to make a free will offering. $5, $10. We take 5 cents, 10 cent dollars. to the cash chat. Thorough Rise. Cent, 5 cents, 10 cent, dollar.
Listen, watch. This is my work.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Show me a crown. Show me a crown.
What I do?
So you doing like seamstress work? You doing sewing and all that?
Woo!
I ain't know.
You said seamstress?
You do sewing and all that, right?
I'm a tailor, a designer.
Okay.
I like that one. That's fresh. I like that cream one right there. I rock that.
I like that too.
I'm an old dirty Mugdal crown.
You making crowns too? That's nice.
I like that. It's fire. That's tough. You got yeah. Show me. You guys send me a joint where we can see a bunch of the different designs.
And for Amun Soul Creation, ASK.
Amun Soul Creation.
Yeah, it's coming.
Amun Soul Creations. Listen, this is another thing that we have to get ready for because again, everybody's separated, because of this, because of the craft, the invasion. Kobaz. So we got to get ready for this cyber world, until we put ourselves in position. Napata, that's original point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm out here in Barbados working on some things.
Yeah, get that magic done. That's what Bob would say. He said they stopped us from creating. He said they held on to the plumb line. He said they grabbed the plumb line and they stopped us from creating, and that's what stopped the magic, the creation of God. He said because they held us back. Creativity is what moved things forward. They've been exploiting our creativity. We only been allowed to create for their benefit. Now we have to start create for our own. When it comes to us doing it for ourselves, we don't want to be involved with it. We don't look at it the same as when we creating for them. And we have to change that in our minds. We got to stop looking at us creating for ourselves as a waste of time. Because it's not a waste of time when we're doing it for them. Everything you see in our life, somebody created it through their mind's eye, and then they made it real to take up space, matter, and time, and then they monetized it and sold it to the people. Everything around us. So don't downplay your creation. We are the creative force of life made flesh. Let's manifest that. You know what I'm saying? That's my message to the people. Be creative. That's what God does. And we are that in the flesh.
See, that's why I be liking these classes. I be getting off these classes and then I can tell that it's real because the DNA explosion start to go off.
Nah, bro, because I'm talking to everybody else.
My judgment. All right, cool.
You seen that?
Yeah, I like the hat. I like that. That's right. Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's a joint from like 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
I like
that's nice. You gotta put that out now.
Yeah. They coming.
You throwing the sisters' hats around like that.
I'm gonna get ready to bounce. I'm still listening to y'all, but I'm getting ready to go finish.
Oh no, we all get ready to bounce. We ain't gonna be here all night. This is just like the decompress. You see, I gave all that time. After that expression of greatness between those two elder brothers, and I was like, I'm gonna just let it sit for a minute. I'm not even gonna jump on that wave. I just want that to marinate. I gotta
go back on that class. I'm gonna go back on that.
We're about to dissect it and break it down to points. Break that thing down to emphasize certain points and realities. I'm doing that with all the joints. It's all about that wakut. Now it ain't got no time.
There's a few things that Todd said for me that told us that he said for us to research. That I want to go back over and look it up.
We was on land. He was talking about land. Decisive. He has all that stuff on his page. See, but he never gave the page, so I had to go look for the damn page. And
you got it.
Yeah. I don't know what is it called. Let me see. I looked for it today because I was like, damn. It's like a what do you call it? Council, certain council, council, like consulate. That's what his thing is called, like the consulate. And so on there is nothing but legal information. It's like a whole joint. It's not damn near like no pictures, nothing. It's like being at the law library.
Yeah, that's why. That's what I was laughing when that's the part that stuck out to me. When you were saying you used to go to the law library.
Absolutely.
And that's how I started. I remember because we went right around the set the record straight time. I got jailed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were trying to violate me on a probation violation. And I walked out of there because I went to the law library. I was like, that plus it was a combination between the law library. There was another book called The Layman's Guide to the Courtroom or something like that. And then Your Potential. I went for a judge. I saw that my name was on the 19th on the docket. I lost it. That's when I looked at it like, yo, that's my sign from the authority.
You gotta pay attention to them signs.
I was scared to death. I saw that sign. My heart went from this big to like this big air. Like,
that's right.
He ain't do such and such. He ain't do this. Because what had happened was they were supposed to determine my due process. They never gave my paperwork for the violations. Not the violation due process. And the judge asked the dude, he was like, can you prove that you gave Mr. Such and Such his paperwork? And because probation had hired an attorney to press the case, and he couldn't do it. He was like, no, Your Honor. And the judge looked at me, he's like, free to go. I left out that courtroom right then and there. And they had me locked down for like almost like 4 or 5 months though.
But you had a judge that was willing to do the right thing. It's important because they are the keepers of the court. You know what I mean? But you look at the alignment and having that 19, you was like, oh, this is my day. I got him.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was like, I knew that was a sign. You know what I mean? And then that's when and then that was my first real experience of that divine inside of me stepping up and coming from inside of me to the surface. You know that when I'm an emissary of the supreme pharaoh of the universe, it became real for me at that point.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing I'll say with anybody that's listening to the class right now. Pay attention to the little. It's not always the big grand gestures that you got to look for. It's the little things that's happening around you that you need to pay attention to. That the thought will let you know I'm there.
Yeah.
You see,
that's real.
You understand what's going on with you. Pay attention. If you look at the little thing, it ain't always like the big. Like they waiting for like the shit, like the sky to crack over and the ships to come down and the really start. It'd be little miracles that's actually big ones that we gotta pay attention to.
That's why we be missing. That's why we be missing the signs and the ayats. That's why we be missing them, because we be looking for the Philharmonic orchestras to be coming down and the clouds and the earth to quake and all that.
They want to see the bill up close. I'm like, if the bill came, what happened if the bill came within visual of the planet?
Nah, they want screenshots. They want Pilot Thor to send screenshots from the craft. But like, yo, God, we on our way.
They want to do a Hebrew Israelite. How we're gonna crack the sky and 2 million.
I gotta be cracking up for me.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, are you serious? They want Pilot Thor to say, yo, come follow me. This is our Facebook page. We got screenshots on there. Yeah. The Thor team, 3 flags, brat. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want. It's not happening. We got to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? We got to see everything with our third eye. Pay attention. Word, God. Yeah.
But it was an honor and a privilege to build with y'all brothers tonight.
Always, God. We appreciate you.
We keep doing what you're doing.
I appreciate everybody on the joint. Matter of fact, yeah. What's up, God? What you said? Right? What down? George Princeton, what's going on, God? Right back. What's happening with you, family? Salute. Yeah. What's the brother name? Jonathan Elias. Yo, here go my email. Hit me on the email. Yeah, we do wholesale on the herbs because we look for distributors. Because we set it up that we call it the Sovereign Economic Program. Yeah. So hit me up if you're interested, you know, to get the herbs on the wholesale. Oh, yo. Yo, you funny. You funny, George Bristol. He said that's my AKA from Taj. Yo, I missed you, beloved. AKA, write this down, Pharaoh. That's what Taj said every sentence. Write this down, Pharaoh. He said, he was putting me to work over here. I was like this. All right, what else? He was like, so Pharaoh, you hear what the emperor is saying? So what he's saying is, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, I got you, God. Yeah. So the next step I'm gonna tell y'all is we working now to get them. I'm working to get the emperor and Taj on a face-to-face so they could break bread and hammer out some particulars. Yeah, it's that serious. Like we not playing, and that's why, like, even with the Shabu Al and bringing as many people, you know, to the forefront that's willing to come to the forefront, because we're weeding out the people who don't give a F about us. You know what I'm saying? Like, the idea that they have the knowledge is not enough. It doesn't qualify them to be amongst us. They have to have the knowledge and have the love for the people and be honorable. And if they not that, then we don't need to be dealing with them. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was telling the family that the Grand Sheik teaches about Saba and the Sabaeans. They recognize that Sabaeans. He said everything come from Saba. He knows that. And I spoke to his son, good people, but the nigga tried to hypnotize me. Good people. But when I was talking to him, as soon as I started talking, nigga hit me like this. He said, boom, boom, boom. And I was like, oh, this nigga trying to hypnotize. Because he did a build on hypnotism at the event. And then I spoke to him on the outside, and he boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so listen. And I was like, oh, this nigga trying to hit me with the subliminal suggestion. So when I started reacting, contrary to what he expected, he just totally changed the subject like it never happened. I said, yo, my bro is crazy, but I got love for him. I like him. He's definitely eccentric. You know what I'm saying? Listen.
But yo, hypnotism, that's a nice school, fam.
I agree. I have books on it.
Yeah, I studied it.
I have books on it, man. Like,
yeah.
I remember Baba talking about I'm in Vegas, you know, them niggas hypnotizing people, having everybody running around quacking and barking and all that. Yo, that's another reason for psychic self-defense. We gotta put gates. You look at the movie Inception. You go look at the movie Inception, and when they went into the dude's brain, his subconscious, he had a whole army to defend his subconscious mind. And they said that he actually went to a hypnotist in order to get this army instilled so nobody could go to his subconscious mind to control him. Mm. That's how real it is. We need those types of defenses.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely time, y'all.
I mean, hold on, before you go back to the Easter, the fallacy of Easter, right? And you're going to see in there how Baba showed the name of the BGs, right? The group, the BGs. And in sigil. I got a glandular problem. That's why I
It's
got
all right,
spit mouth,
guy.
right?
We gonna work it out.
In the Easter book, right?
Got you.
He shows you the name for the BGs, right?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
And in the name, they have subliminally carved is
You talk
Iblis.
about the band. You talk about the band, the Bee Gees.
The band, the group,
Got you,
yeah.
guy. I'm just
Right?
Yeah.
In their name, they have etched in there Iblis.
Yeah.
So what happens is they put it in small bites of sound. Because remember, he said that we went from whatever milli whatever.
Yeah, the 440 megahertz and all that to the
not only that, but in film.
Yeah.
In film,
yeah. And
they
start
changed it.
Chopping up. Yeah.
And they chop it up and they put messages right in there in quick bites.
Yes.
Right? I'm reading a book right now on harmonic frequencies and music, and the same what I talked about earlier. The binaural frequencies, right?
Mm-hmm.
They will put 210 in your left ear and 220 in your right ear. And once the brain picks it up, because there's not much differentiation, it can't tell.
Them to one. Yeah.
And they come together, and they do it in language and music and visually. You see where I'm coming from?
I was studying some information I was because I'm dealing with music, and it was explaining how they had companies, the record companies, that were buying they basically downloaded and bought certain tones that they would record the information, the songs with. The tones were responsible for secreting the pleasure secretion inside the brain.
Yeah.
Right. And so a lot of the music that we attracted to is because they use a specific tones to trigger a pleasure sensation. And we don't care about the music. We care about the feeling that the music is giving us. But that's a conscious thing that they're targeting that.
Yeah.
So once I seen that, I said, oh, whoa, they've weaponized the music. And so when you talk about the Bee Gees, we spoke about on a video I did called the White Women in Witchcraft, spoke about how
I saw that.
That was my joint. I love that video, man.
Yeah.
And it was about most of the rock and roll was done in witch tongue and witch speak. Because witch language is just like legalese insofar as it sounds like it's English, but they have different meanings for all the words. So you hearing the words, you're singing along, but it doesn't mean what you think it means.
Correct.
And that's what we have to understand, that we have people that are utilizing the codes of the English language, which is a spell in itself created by the Pleiadian Masons. You know, they gave that, it's a spell in itself, and then it was taken and used, like a lot of people don't know, even the LGBTQ, they have their own dictionary. Before it became the LGBTQ, back when they were just called with the gays and homosexual, the queer community, they created a dictionary with over 13,000 words. So they're speaking the words. It sounds English, but they have their own meaning for it.
Correct.
See what I'm saying? And we have to be conscious. And that's why I love what Bible used to say back in the answer. He used to say, if somebody asks you if you Muslim, he was like, you say no. Because if you say yes, then you're submitting to being Muslim according to what they think a Muslim is.
Facts.
And they come in, and you don't want to be, and that's the worst place to be, is trapped in somebody else's definition, somebody else's, you know what I'm saying, what they think you are. So you say no. So now you gives you a chance to express what you mean by being a Muslim, not what they think they are or what they think you are. You know, so that's very important to get out of people, to not be trapped in other people's, mind state.
And one more thing, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
One more thing. Put on a rap song, right? That has cussing in it, right? Take it away and put a clean version. And children would still hear the dirty version.
Absolutely. It's subliminal. It's
That's
there.
Crazy.
It's there. It's definitely there. And they're working their magic on us 24/7. This is why another reason why the master was like, we have to create our own environments. We have to live up for and by each other. So now we can crystallize ourselves in the sounds and tones, the language, the images that we want. That's going to help bring Panathaw out of our DNA.
Yeah.
That's the morphic resonance and the morphic genetic fields, and creating different environments around us to stimulate a reaction that's going to bring the Etherians, that's going to bring Panathaw closer and closer to us.
And you hear the word, right? Morphogenetic resonance.
That's right.
The morph the genes,
right. Morph the
with
genes.
The ray.
That's right.
Sonance, the sound of the sun.
Right. That's right. Phenomenal. Yeah, that's heavy. So we about to what movie you talk about? Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I ain't looking at none of that. Listen, family. Jonathan, get at me, God. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? We could definitely do some things. Go to the website, check out the website of naturalnatureherbs.com and give me and make contact. We could definitely build. I appreciate y'all, family. I appreciate all the brothers and sisters. Thank y'all again, Tawakum, for showing love and spending your time with us. And this like every night, man. Like every night we make it right. It's like this. It's our time. If not now, then when? If not this, then what? And if not us, then who? So, I want to say I appreciate y'all. Gabat who I shook, definitely. I appreciate you, Mahatwi and Ray.
Love you, brother.
Yeah, peace. I shook to you, beloved. Love you too, man. Gabat who I shook, peace and divine unconditional love to the family. Y'all be safe. Y'all show love with each other. And this is the only way to get out of this, beloved. Is coming from the soul and not the spirit, because you coming from Ashuk comes from the place of the soul, not the spirit. The spirit is perverted by our desires and what we want, but the soul is going to come straight from the source, and this is what we need. And please go and get those tools for psychic self-defense. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that in the chamber. We need that every day. Don't stop. Even you do your 3 chants a day, do other readings, other spiritual readings, crystallize yourself in that energy. Yeah. Because once you come out, right? This is what Baba said. Last thing, once you come out and those 6 ether forces see you generating that energy, they on you now.
And but peep this. Hold on. Before you go, peep this. Be in the company of the righteous. Those who think on the same wavelength.
Yes.
That you want.
That's right.
You feel me?
That's right.
You have to gel with those beings, because once you gel with those beings, the other beings will see you and either come and jump on board or get lost. And when we build that ship together, and that psychic self-defense, nothing can penetrate it.
That's right. That's a fact. There's another show too. There's a show called Motherland. KHUFUs. Go check that out. It's Motherland. What channel that's on, Mama? If you look that up, Motherland on Freeform. There's a show called Motherland, and it shows the armed forces of the United States, the witches division, and how they've been utilizing witches and spell casting as a part of the military since the foundation of the government. Word. Go check that out. It's official joint. It talk about the powers of the sisters, and yeah, I like that. So yeah, y'all, I'm out. I appreciate y'all. Have a good night. Y'all be safe. All right, Wadu Moisar.
Wadu.
All right, guys. Appreciate you again. Appreciate Brother Rondu and all the guests that came up, KHUFUs and all the family. And we out. Y'all be safe.